This program is being interrupted for an emergency broadcast.
Here comes our criminal now. What do you have to say for yourself?
Attention all cars.
Ask not what this podcast can do for you, but what you can do for this podcast. There it is. Everyone has a million reasons to freeze out. With me, Ricky Warden, and Dave Jarvis.
That's me.
And Ariel with Jeff there backing up. Hello, Ariel.
That's me.
We're joined by Hank of DANK tonight, and Logan Rasdell. Hey, everybody, it's a Dallas party. We're going crazy. Go crazy with us in the chats. That's how you can participate in the program. When you comment here, we'll bring it up on the show here. I am your engineer, and I'll see to it that it happens. And the man that will see to the show having some kind of chaotic Discord. About all of that goodness. Hey, Jarvis!
Hey, Dave.
I am impressed.
Oh, hey, David, we can't hear you.
Hello, everybody. Your host, Dave Jarvis.
I can hear him
cool. There we go. That's weird. Okay. Well, welcome, everybody. This is November 22nd, 2023. This is the 60th anniversary of JFK's final ride. So it's only appropriate that Blow Your Brains Out would be a part of that. So, everybody, what are you doing to celebrate this Blackout Wednesday?
Drinking early, friends.
Drinking early. All right. Yeah. Jeff and Ariel have been drinking since the AM. How is that treating you?
Well, somebody else has been drinking since the AM. I've been drinking since.
I'm getting tired.
Oh. Well, thank you for staying up and staying relatively upright for you boys and girls and blow your brains out. Logan, welcome back from Santa Fe. How did the New Mexico air treat you?
Pretty well, except I was just telling him I had an upper respiratory infection, and so I existed on a hot toddies almost every day. So if you go to Santa Fe, I'm going to give out a shout to Henry and the Fish. It's a coffee bistro, and he fixed a ginger hot toddy that saved my life for the entire time I was there. And then I snuck some Jim Beam in. I spiked it every once in a while.
Nice.
Good, man. Very good. Hank, how is your Blackout Wednesday treating you, sir?
Well, I haven't blacked out quite yet, but I'm well on my way.
Excellent.
Very good.
Excellent.
We can count on you.
Ricky, how is your blackout working?
Oh, man, same shit. You know, it's another day for me. I look forward to being here with all of y'all and what we do to hopefully, forever change the history of Dallas-Fort Worth entertainment.
Absolutely. Yeah. So what's everybody drinking tonight?
Hot chocolate.
Vodka and soda stream.
Wine. I usually drink whiskey, but I'm on wine tonight.
I also am drinking wine. Very good.
I'm having a brandy and Yingling.
I'm having a very sweet, cheery liquor there. Cherry Dr. Pepper for me. But did you know that Oklahoma is the marijuana capital of the world officially?
What?
Wow.
How'd that happen?
Yeah.
Somehow we're on this side of the river where we're all broken out of weed and criminals.
Oh, well, okay. I know lots of Texans who go over the border to Oklahoma to get marijuana.
He is blacked out.
Am I?
I know that there are a lot of people that do it, but do you want to mention any names, share phone numbers? Because I need a connection.
I know your social security number by heart.
Thank you. But do you know my fake birth date?
Fake one?
Yeah. Do you have a fake birth date? Like, I'm a private person. I just don't want to put my information on every little thing everywhere when someone asks for it.
All right. Let me guess your birthday. It's somewhere in April.
It's August, but that's no fun. Back to the marijuana capital of the world, Oklahoma. Thank you for sharing, Logan Ragsdale. It's nice to be able to count on you.
That was Santa Fe. There's a dispensary in Santa Fe that looks like a boutique shop, an art gallery. It's right off the plaza. It's so upscale. I had to take pictures. It's amazing.
Excellent.
But
good to see you enjoying it.
Not that I would know. They say the pot's not that good there in Santa Fe. Kid from Michigan says the pot in Michigan's better.
Probably about as good as the pot that you get here over here off of 1157 in Texas.
I wonder what makes the difference.
Those CBD nugs and whatever they are.
Yeah, the one off 35. I've heard that smoke shop off of 35.
Yeah, which one's actually not real? The nugs in the counter at the at the store.
Yeah,
is that really real, or is it fake, or is it the shit that they're that people are buying from their dealers? Anyway, back to having connections in Oklahoma. My best friend, I can say this because this is all legal. His wife, they live in Oklahoma. He's been up there for years, and his wife runs one of the largest marijuana distribution companies in the fucking world. Right there out of Oklahoma. They do every kind of, all the gummies, the bakeries, the pre-rolls, the everything. They're one of the biggest. And I'm still broke and out of weed.
Yeah, just think if Oswald had been smoking weed instead of hanging out at that school depository, everything might be different.
You have an angle.
I do. It's askew. It's about a 45-degree angle. But I was thinking, it doesn't matter. 60 years has passed, and it doesn't matter how many sports ball championships we win or how many Von Erichs we produce and then eradicate. For some reason, Dallas will always be the city that murdered the president. And I don't think that's very fair.
No, because I don't think we were the president.
Any more than we elected the president. Go ahead.
Yeah. I was just the gleam in the eye of a 6-year-old scrotum at that point.
No, I mean still today, for clarification.
Yeah. Speaking of which, my dad is probably viewing, and he was trying to figure out if they got sent home when JFK was shot. I have no frame of reference, but yeah, Hank was saying we all got sent home when 9/11 happened, so I would assume all those kids got sent home in '63.
But I'm
assuming Rick, how old are you?
I'm not that old. I'm
assuming now I'm the only one who's alive.
I was born 65, so I heard it the whole time. Yeah, you're the one that can tell the story.
Okay, so here's everybody knows, at least of my generation, where you were when they heard that JFK had been shot. So I wasn't living in Texas, but all my relatives were. My grandfather, all my grandparents, cousins, my father. So anyway, I was living in Albuquerque, New Mexico, 2nd grade, and the news hit the area of New Mexico right about lunchtime. We were going through the lunch line, and the first I heard, the lunch ladies, weirdly enough, were joking about it. They heard the news first. I guess maybe there's a radio in the cafeteria. So they heard it first, and they were spreading the joke. They thought it was a joke. They thought it was a hoax through the lunch line. And that's where some of the kids, and that's what I remember. I heard it at the lunch line. So then we all went back to the classroom, and the principal came on and basically sent everyone home, but they did not tell us why. They just said, go home. They didn't tell us what had happened or anything. So I was a latchkey kid. So my brother and I went home and waited until my mother got home. And I don't remember that day whether we turned on the TV and watched the news, but we probably just turned on the cartoons. Hey, day off school. So we went home. But the next day, or several days later, I guess, they had the funeral on live TV. And I went to, everybody stayed out of school for maybe a couple of days. And I went to where my mother worked at the hospital, and I watched the funeral live. I also don't really recall whether I watched Oswald being shot live, but to give us perspective, not firsthand perspective, but secondhand, my father said my grandfather cried, one, because I think he was a Democrat and he did support Kennedy, but also because the reflection, the comment that Jeff and Ariel were making, or Jeff was making, about that you were making, Rick, that people hated Dallas. My grandfather knew that day that we would probably forever be associated with killing JFK. So he was sad
and being a bunch
Dallas.
of gangsters.
I'm sorry?
And being a bunch of gangsters.
Well, yeah, Jack Ruby. But
how old were you, Logan? Logan, how old were you? What happened?
I was probably, it's 60 years ago, and I'm 67 now. So I was seven. I was in second grade. And I do remember it pretty vividly.
Do you mind asking what city you went to school in?
I was in Albuquerque.
Dallas?
No,
Albuquerque. Okay.
I was in Albuquerque. My father was in Dallas, and my grandparents. Actually, I had a cousin who was on the Dallas police force that day, and I'm sure that he had lots of stories. But the unfortunate thing is, I never really technically sat down and talked to him about it. I will say, and I'll let other people talk too, but I went to the memorial for Tibbetts, for the police officer Tibbetts that was shot by Oswald. And I found out that it was a block away from where my father graduated from high school. So the high school students that were there at, it was called Adamson in Oak Cliff. The high school students who were there, they had to have heard the shots of Tibbetts. But the fact that Oswald's last hours were right here in Oak Cliff, first it shot Tibbetts. Well, he was at the boarding house, shot Tibbetts, and then raced over to the Texas Theater and was arrested at the Texas Theater. So Oak Cliff and this area of Dallas are pretty rich in history. One more thing, if you get to Dallas, I would highly recommend going to the Payne House. It's in Irving, and Oswald, Marina spent the night at the Payne House. Oswald spent the night with her at the Payne House, and they've totally recreated the Payne House to what it looked like on the night that Oswald picked up the rifle and went back over to the book depository. And it's a very cool exhibit. It's kind of eerie. They've created ghost holograph images of Oswald and Marina.
Wow. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So definitely try to go. You have to pick up the bus at the Irving Historical Library on 801 Irving Boulevard. But you pick up the bus there and it takes you, because they don't want cars jamming up traffic in the neighborhood. So they take you in a van and then you go to the house, the Payne House.
Wow.
But I highly recommend it.
Have any of y'all visited the 6th floor depository museum?
Yes.
Yeah. And with that, let's get something out of the way right here. Everybody here on the panel all agree with the official story, correct?
No.
No, I'm being facetious. Nobody agrees with the official story, right?
I will go ahead and say that I do. My partner and I had lots of discussions the last couple of days about it. And Mrs. Payne herself was in a panel with a guy that wrote a book called Mrs. Payne's Garage. And here's my stance. You can think of all the different conspiracy theories. You can think of that everybody from Castro to Mrs. Hoover, and was involved. But I know I'm going to sound naive, but I don't believe.
Okay. We're going
I
to
don't
let you
believe
say
that the government. I don't mistrust the government enough that many people could keep this conspiracy a secret for all this long time. I just don't believe that it was a conspiracy. I think that Oswald did it, and he did it because he was crazy, and Jack Ruby shot him because he was crazy.
No, wait.
I respect
But
your.
people can't
your
keep secrets. That's the thing.
I respect you for that, and I
Sure.
respect everyone. I know a lot of people, and I don't want ever in my life for there to be divisiveness.
Sure.
I think we can all respect each
Liar.
other's opinions.
Dude, it's obviously it's so obviously bullshit, right? Like
It is
The
to
real
me.
story. The
To
official
me,
story.
Oswald-
to me, it's all obvious. It's bullshit.
Oswald
Yeah.
obviously did not act alone.
Act
I mean,
alone.
we all know that, right?
Well, there were more than enough bullets for him to fired. So
So, some people say like one of the Secret Service agents accidentally shot her in the back of the head or something like that. Y'all heard this, right?
I've heard that.
It kind of looks like that once you hear that. Kind of looks like that. But I think now I'm not saying that Jesse Ventura is the be all end all, but he did do this like thing where he like tried to do all those shots with the bolt action in that time,
Yeah.
and it was
Mhm.
impossible. It was kind of impossible. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say this: a group that can keep a secret to the death would be the mafia. So,
But can their wives?
Not always. Not
hey,
always. That's why
hey.
they turn, and they a lot of different things happen. Sometimes they have to get arrested because one of their wives can't keep their mouth shut, or maybe
Yeah.
one of the guys can't. But ultimately, here, how about this? How about we focus on arresting the criminals that kill politicians? How about Robert F. Kennedy? How about Martin Luther King? How about we arrest those people who kill those people? We might get somewhere if we could do that.
Dude, look at the guy. What's his name? Who like shot Reagan? What's his name?
Hinckley.
Hinckley. He's not in prison anymore. He's not. He's walking around. A motherfucker who shot Secret Service agents and shot the president of the United States is walking around out of prison. Is that not fucking insane?
If we shot
For this
someone, we're not
this country?
be out of prison.
Oh.
And they say
we'll say that
as long as his parents have supervision over him. Oh, this motherfucker.
Well, I will say that the death of JFK actually was the first instance, as far as I'm aware of, that actually altered art, because in Dr. Strangelove, when the dude that rides the missile down into the thing at the end, he's telling all of his soldiers, you got cyanide pills and alcohol, and here's your booze, and here's some drugs, and here's all the supplies you need. And the original line was, that will be a great weekend in Dallas. But then JFK died, and so they retro-conned that whole thing and changed it to, that will be a great weekend in Vegas.
Wow.
So,
I didn't know.
Interesting.
So here's Pops Slappy Flaps Jackson. E. Howard Hunt, who was in the CIA and a mobster from New York, flew. How do you have both of those, CIA and mobster? Oh yeah, there's a lot of that going on. To Dallas, and we're on the grassy knoll. Also, while we're in the chats, say hey to Joe Ziegler, saying hi to Johnny. That's one of his crew. This is Johnny Yarborough right here. I've been spending a little time over there on his show, Johnny TV. And so these are his people here. PZ, hello, how are you? And then Renee says, everybody, they got a show coming up at Growl with Sativa Kid and Rotten Candy. Rotten Candy. So I am paying attention to the chats. If you chat, I'll bring it right up.
Yeah. But yeah, this show is actually about a Dallas party. I didn't realize that it would be on an anniversary of anything Dallas related, so that was very serendipitous, but totally unintentional. what I wanted to do is, because we're a Tarrant County based
You're not
show.
completely moving on from JFK, are you? I'm going to tell you, go JF, fuck yourself. We got to talk a little bit.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Ricky. This is your show.
No, I'm playing around. Unless, we have panel guests that, I don't know.
I feel like I'll talk about the museum a little bit and then trailed off into the conspiracy. So let's get back to the museum part, because if you actually have been to that museum, I feel like it's very moving.
It is.
But it also reflects the official story, the official narrative. Yeah. And part of the challenge is that when you're going to talk about a subject like this, you really got to kind of take some time to dig in if you're going to talk about the conspiratorial side of it.
Yeah.
So I guess it is suffice enough to say that, hey, to some of us, it's pretty obvious that Oswald did not act alone. And, I personally go as far as to say, like Slappy here, that the CIA was involved, as they always are. Nothing happens in this world without intelligence knowing what's happening. So anyway, the fifth floor museum, I used to hang out in front of it and do chalk art all the time and play my guitar and sing songs and talk to people about it.
Cool.
That's cool.
But I hadn't thought about it much in years, because I got my grandbaby with me, and I can talk to you all day about, grandbabies now.
I really, going back to the arts aspect of the whole JFK thing.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't grow up in that time. If he was still alive, I know that they made a show about it, which I'm sure Dave is going to segue into it at some point because he's Dave. But could you imagine the difference that he would have made if he was still alive? Because people had so much faith and admiration, and there was so much riding on JFK as a president to provide a future that so many people in America wanted.
Always has been. There always has been.
Promise, but he did present to everybody the beautiful of what America could be. What would happen if he was still alive today? What would have been different?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm pretty sure that the Gulf of Tonkin episode would have still happened, and the military-industrial complex would have made him do whatever.
Yeah.
Just like the next guy and the next guy and the next guy.
Yeah.
I wished it weren't that way. I wished I didn't believe that. But I also eat dandelion, and everybody thinks I'm pretty gross for doing that. So I don't worry about it. I really don't. I can see what I see, but I appreciate everybody bringing it up and talking about it.
Well, don't worry, Ricky. I think you're gross for other reasons.
Thank you.
Dave, be nice.
I'm kidding.
I had the privilege of running into Dave at the supermarket the other day.
That made an otherwise banal venture to Kroger to be quite memorable. It was so nice to see your glowing face in that aisle. That was nice.
Hey, Roger.
In other words, he's like, dude was stalking me. He followed me to my car.
No, I was stalking. I was stalking groceries.
I thought Rick was in LA. I thought you were in LA.
No, I'm in Alvarado.
I like how you said that to kind of
Texas.
Alvarado.
Yeah.
Well, I'm kind of getting used to it. I'm getting
tomato,
used to being here,
tomato, tomato. LA, Alvarado, same thing.
So I'm in Texas.
Okay.
Yeah.
What aisle was it?
I was at the self-checkout, and he was in another line. And I was like, I know that beard.
What was he buying?
A bunch of sandwich stuff.
Classic Ricky.
Sandwiches.
It's one of my routines. If I'm buying a loaf of bread anyway, I'll get a loaf of bread. Kroger's has boar's head meat, which is some of the best sandwich meat. And they also have boar's head mustard and mayo. And so I made me a sandwich. I'd rather eat that than anything at Burger King or Brahms or any of that stuff.
True.
So I do that pretty regular.
Except for milkshakes.
I can also pick up a banana or an avocado, you know.
Are you living in your car?
Not currently.
That sounds like car meat. I know
yeah,
all about
I mean, you
it.
know, I haven't had the opportunity to change my lifestyle, if that's what you're asking.
Just one.
No, I have a home. Of course, I have a home. I have a home for my grandson, dude. I have a pretty cool place out here in Alvarado. But that is car food. You're right.
We eat sandwiches all the time.
Hey, for me, it was about the music. I once I went through a part of my life and I was able to commit my time to music, learning, performing, practicing every day. Man, I was happy to live out of my car.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever wander up to Denton?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. One of my fondest memories of Denton was a Halloween party with a band called Lizard Professor, where we were all dolled up in makeup, and you know, because it's Halloween, and I was in the midst of doing Outlaw Video TV back then in its first run. Cool. And so I got all the videos here on this channel, and it's a ton of fun. It was a frat house, empty house out in Denton, full of kids, man. It was a great time. And Lizard Professor, for the record, I had to finish that, is an amazing like tech metal band. They were so good.
Wow. I used to work with one of the members from that band. Yeah, Guitar Shop. Good time.
I raised my family up in Denton, and my son and my daughter actually still live up in
with
Denton.
the Von Erichs.
Hey, I've got a connection with the Von Erichs too. Most of my relatives are buried. Most of my relatives are buried in the same graveyard in Dallas that the Von Erich family are buried.
Yeah.
Now, you guys knew about Iron Claw, didn't you? I didn't know until recently that Iron Claw was about the Von Erichs.
Dude, the trailer looks so good.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's coming out December 22nd, I believe.
December 22nd, along with a huge amount of other films that are coming out on the same day.
But they're the experts, and I'm doing quotations in the air. The experts are saying that the Iron Claw could fuck up everything at the Oscars because they could be the dark horse that comes in and shows people that you can actually make a really good movie on a small budget about some real compelling shit. And I know Hank and we were talking, wrestling really should be the new MCU because the stories of wrestlers are just fascinating. And apparently, based on just the hype that is surrounding this Iron Claw movie, they've already signed on to make a Kurt Angle movie. So we could be seeing, you know, since MCU is pretty much dying right now, we could be seeing like a huge influx of really well-made artistic wrestling movies coming out.
Interesting.
Which could be interesting because Texas has a huge wrestling background, not just with the stars that they produced, but also people that have trained, people that have come through with world-class championship wrestling. And then down in San Antonio, you know, Undertaker's from Houston, Stone Cold is from Victoria, Shawn Michaels is from San Antonio. So there's a lot of history with this. So MCU could be replaced by the WCU, and I'm all about that shit.
So everybody's been to the Sportatorium?
No, I've never been. WCW or WCCW is what it was called. They were pretty much dead by the time we actually got to Texas. We got to Texas in like 1990, and pretty much with them, after David died, they had the huge thing over at the Cotton Bowl with Ric Flair and Kerry Von Erich, which did like 60,000, 70,000, huge sellout. But that was pretty much the beginning of the end. And by 1990, there was no territory to speak of. And pretty much by 1990, Vince McMahon had pretty much bought all of his competition.
Yeah, my old man used to take me to the Sportatorium, and we seen the Von Erichs and Coco Beware and all the old school people. It was really cool. It was a small venue. I mean, sitting on crates. It was a really cool experience.
I remember the Iron Claw. Like that's the era that I grew up in. When I was 6 and 7 and watching wrestling on TV, it was Vince, Von Erich, and the Iron Claw.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay, so here's a question. We can go all the way back to conspiracy. Is professional wrestling real?
God. Don't ask a wrestler.
All right. Well, that's true. I had a friend in high school that swore he actually managed some wrestlers. In fact, his own stepson, I think he managed in Illinois. And when we were in high school, he swore that every hit, every slam, everything about wrestling was actually real.
Well, it's all planned. It's all planned. They're on record. Ric Flair and Vince McMahon, they're all on record, and all the wrestlers on record.
It's predetermined, but generic people like us would hurt really bad if we stepped in the ring. Even to do
I wouldn't get in the ring with. I wouldn't get in the ring with them. No, hell no.
Well, it's all choreographed. It's all choreographed. Yeah. But I was going to say it makes for good entertainment. Absolutely. It still makes for good entertainment.
Well, obviously, so does football, and it's choreographed.
I heard.
Well, basketball is. Anybody going to argue basketball? Go ahead, Hank.
I just heard Hulk Hogan shot JFK. That's all I'm trying to say.
Y'all say hi to Chris Beasley.
Yeah.
Before we switch from wrestling, Dark Side of the Ring. Is that not riveting? Does anybody watch that?
I love that show.
Oh my God, it's phenomenal.
Yeah. You want to ask if wrestling is real? Talk to Bruiser Brody, who got stabbed to death in Puerto Rico because of who he was. You know, like Jim Cornette will talk for hours about how he had to always look at the crowd because he knew that at any point somebody could jump the guardrail and stab him. And several people have jumped the guardrail and stabbed him and stabbed other people because they were so into it. Yep. These were the territory days, and you know, this was when they would hire police to walk the people down because they knew that you could take a screwdriver and just get up next to them and just shank them right in the ribs and then run off into the distance because CC cams were not a thing.
Is that fucking Chris motherfucking Tragg?
Yep.
Thank you, Hank.
Chris, welcome to the party.
Hello. What's going on?
Oh, we were just talking about wrestling.
Wrestling and
I've watched Dark Side of the Ring. It's pretty interesting.
Oh, it is Chris. What up, Chris?
What's up?
Chris is like my second mother. She's one of the best people of all time.
Very cool.
Absolutely the best. Yeah, we've known Chris for like 20 years now, I think.
Yeah. Since
Hi, Chris. Thank you very much for hopping on and being here.
Of course. Well, thanks for inviting me.
Absolutely. She's seen us at our best, and she's definitely seen us at our worst. If you don't believe us, revisit the Chateau Marmont episode of Grain Hijinks, because even though we only spent 2 days there, there are a lifetime worth of memories over there, and she was definitely there to witness some of that shit.
Yeah, we tried to hide all the alcohol, but that didn't work.
Try to hide all the alcohol.
That was fun.
Yeah. We played the Whiskey A Go-Go and went and partied over at the Chateau Marmont. We stayed 2 days there. I think we stayed in the Belushi suite, actually.
No, it was actually just that number one suite, the first one. And Belushi died in bungalow 3.
Yeah, no, we were in the Robert De Niro one.
Yeah, he had just left it.
Yeah. And we fucking trashed that place.
Dude, fucking thrashed it. Dude, they glued the pictures to the wall because they knew people like us were coming.
Yeah.
Oh, Lanta.
Dude, Chris's husband, Phil, pushed Ken Nagler into the pool, and it was one of my favorite times of all time.
Well, the thing
Yeah,
that
that's
got to all the shit that you guys did, the only thing they were pissed off. When y'all took a picture of anything, that's the only time they bitched. But they were like making kids cry by the pool. Not a problem. Just don't take any pictures.
But Chris, do you remember when Phil pushed Ken Nagler into the pool?
He deserved it that night.
Yeah.
That night. Other night he didn't.
Oh no, he deserved it every night.
That particular night, he deserved it.
And it was so funny because like Phil was like just completely nonchalant, quiet the entire time, and then he's like, "Fuck this motherfucker, deuce." It was one of my favorite things.
Is this all of the chateau?
Oh yeah, I have it on video.
I've never seen any of that.
Oh no, wait, that's not the video.
Oh, that's
but, I mean,
or
yeah.
That's at somebody's chateau.
Same
some of it,
thing.
like,
is that
Yeah,
either?
I'm just adding emphasis.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That doesn't look safe.
Well, we were young and didn't feel anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Until now.
I know. Let's video every drink.
You know, Logan, it's funny that the one dude with the military haircut with the case of Budweiser, that was in Santa Fe, and we actually hiked up a mountain and found a freshwater spring that we bathed and drank in, and did all kinds of other kinds of drugs in there.
That's great.
But yeah, for anybody that is kind of new to the drug scene, I would definitely suggest taking drugs and go hiking up to a spring.
Yeah.
yeah, especially in New Mexico.
That's great advice.
They called the popo on you.
Out of the mountain.
I'm not over my respiratory infection yet, so laughing too hard makes me go into a cough tizzy, but whatever.
Anyway, Chris, hey Chris, what are you doing tomorrow?
Turkeys?
Y'all frying some turkeys?
Yeah.
Phil's actually starting tonight. The word got out downtown that TD did a couple for some people over the years. Well, he got like 9 orders. So he's frying. He's starting today, frying up. We're delivering like 5 of them tonight down there.
Oh, love it.
So,
well, which one are you gonna eat?
oh, I'll have a little bit of each.
I was just gonna say one of everything.
Yeah, because he does the marinades. He does like a garlic butter one and
yeah.
Why
the garlic butter one is the one.
Okay, I got to ask everybody: brown gravy or cream gravy?
brown with turkey.
Cream.
It depends on what you're
It
fucking
depends
putting
on
on.
what you're eating, man.
Turkey and dressing.
Brown.
Do you want brown gravy on your turkey
Just
and
got hot
dressing?
opinions.
Brown, and it's dying. Get
Okay.
lost, cream gravy people.
Do you stuff your non-fried turkey?
I don't
We
ever
don't
not.
stuff our turkey.
No.
And if so, what do you stuff your non-frying turkey with?
Chicken gizzards.
The souls of little children.
Thank you.
I like the Greenberg turkey. If y'all have never had one of those, it's the best turkey I've ever had in my entire life.
What is it?
Greenberg. It's in Tyler.
I never had
So I
one.
have family in Tyler, and they always get a Greenberg turkey, and it's smoked, and they inject it with a ton of seasonings. Y'all, it's like the best turkey that you've ever had in your entire life.
Dude, you gotta have fucking. You have to have Phil's fucking turkey. It's so goddamn delicious. It's the
Bring
best.
it on. I love a good turkey. I love turkey meat. Everybody's like, "Fuck turkey. Turkey sucks. It's so dry. It's bland. Blah blah blah."
Right.
Hey, Chris, I've got a message for you from the chats.
Okay.
Slappy Flap Jackson says, that was so fucking awesome. Thank you, Chris.
What?
That would
That's
be Daddy
my dad.
Dank.
That's Paul John.
Yeah. Right. Slappy Fat Jackson.
Slappy rat.
The only problem with the greenberg turkey is if you cut it up yourself, you need to wear gloves because your hands will smell like that turkey for weeks.
This is so fun to watch with y'all.
Y'all were babies, man. Y'all were such babies back then.
Look how small my little dreadlocks are.
You were little dreadlock boy.
Baby locks.
Oh God.
Oh, what are you doing?
Yeah. That's awesome.
Eating goldfish and shit like that.
Yeah, so I don't look quickly, but I'll eat some fish.
Oh, that's great. Wow.
So what's up, boys? What's up? What are you doing?
Watching this grain video.
Yeah, I'm watching.
Y'all go ahead.
All right, so
do y'all
Chris,
have a side for Thanksgiving?
What was that?
A favorite side for Thanksgiving? Like I love mashed potatoes and rolls. That's my jam.
Sweet potatoes. I love sweet potatoes.
Green bean
anyway, the people who are watching this fucking video, Chris Beasley, she works at Trees, right?
Yep.
Nice.
Been for 13 years.
13 years she's been working at Trees. Trees, Dallas. I don't know if y'all know this, but Trees is a fucking club in Deep Ellum, Texas.
And you?
Oh, me? Oh, yeah. Well, it's spread love all over the place.
Speaking of spreading love all over the place, this right here, the Pot Show, this is a musician from the Philippines.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep, and he's one of the people that I met over on Johnny TV, and here's Johnny with a $10 super sticker, so thank you, Johnny TV.
Thank you, Johnny.
YouTubebomb.com.
Arkansas saying hey to the Pot Show. Good to have y'all in there. Thank you.
Dude, it's crazy with how hard Grain rocked. We only played Trees once. That's so weird.
It was hard to get in there back then. It was really hard to get in there because there was a lot of, there was an order to everything. You had to kind of work your way up, and you guys just weren't playing the Dallas market that often when I picked you up. I was trying to get you in there, but it was tough because your shows in Fort Worth and Arlington were so good, and it was mainly trying to get you out of town anyway. So it was just hard.
But see, that's the thing. That's the thing with like Dallas compared to the mid cities in Fort Worth. Dallas is a little more clean, whereas Grain was dirty as shit.
Well, y'all, it was a good meld-in. I mean, the show.
Because when we played Dallas, the big bands were like, Hide the Real or fucking who was it? Hellified. Honestly, I love Hellified, but it is really surprising that Hellified got as big as they did in Dallas. They seem more like a Tarrant County or Fort Worth kind of band, just with how dirty they were. Same with Pimpadelic. That's really surprising that those bands, as dirty as they were, made it as big as they did in Dallas, considering what they were about.
Well, but the overall market was going that way. I mean, because you had Linkin Park coming out, you had who else was like in that genre that had that rap rock going on. But they were never as heavy as you guys were. Y'all were straight on heavy metal. Yeah,
but by the time we got to Dallas, deep new metal was on its way out, and bands like Lamb of God and who was it, Killswitch Engage? Those were the hot new metal bands.
Yeah, that would have been a good meld too. I think y'all played with what? Y'all played with Big Iron, and who else did y'all play with that when you played at Trees? That was a good show. I remember.
Yeah, Big Iron, Womb we played with a lot. There was a lot of whenever we played like at Dallas, it was usually like a Chaz production over at Curtain Club, because he always did the live and local show. So we would always play with bands that he handpicked, and I'm really surprised that he took a liking to us, considering what we sounded like.
Well, he liked, he listened to all sorts of things, but he did like y'all. That's for sure.
Come say hi. Come say hi.
Saw him at the Stars games last night.
Yeah.
Go
I
Stars.
saw that.
Woo!
Doing good. Oh, night before last.
Come say hi. Good girl. Good girl.
Are you are the Stars your favorite Dallas team?
Yes.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm a Cowboy fan too, so.
Are you a Rangers fan?
Yeah, I've always been a Rangers fan, but I was floored that they actually won that World Series. I didn't think that was ever going to happen in my lifetime.
Do you think there was a JFK level conspiracy to get them to the World Series?
Potentially.
So cool.
The angle is there.
All right. Did Jack
City of
Ruby throw out the first pitch?
Yeah. Everything's a conspiracy.
But yeah, so Chris, you've been in Dallas for quite a while. What do you think of the scene from when you first came on to these days?
Yeah, it's not really the scene; it's just Deep Ellum. Everybody's getting priced out. They've got another agenda for that area, obviously, because you only have like 2 or 3 music venues down there now, compared to the 20 you used to have.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So
Chris, I'm curious, if it moves from Deep Ellum, where will it move?
I don't know. I think there's a lot. We're a 700 capacity venue, and there's a lot of those that are like 1,000 to 700, and that it's oversaturating the market here of places to play. So it's hard to get good shows because you're constantly bidding these shows, and sometimes you win them, sometimes you don't. But it's killing. It's ultimately killing everybody because of it.
Yeah.
And, because of all these.
I'm an Oak Cliff boy. I'm an Oak Cliff boy, so I'm going to throw out the Kessler and the. There's a club on Bishop Arts now that plays a lot of jazz.
Yeah.
A little venue, a little club, and I'm forgetting the name of it. But
thank you, Logan, because I was going to mention that. Where's it going? Who knows? But it does look like it's the time of those people like Jeff over at in Oak Cliff, and even Haltom Theater.
Yeah.
Haltom Theater and Rob's. Everybody who's kind of set up at the right level are going to benefit and are already benefiting. And I'm glad that they are. I hope that it works great for everyone involved.
Yeah. It's just, it's a shame that Deep Ellum has turned the way it is, because it's kind of nice having a centralized location for music, and you could hear all sorts of things in the same night, which was cool. But
I remember back when Dada was going,
Yeah. Well, they're reopened now. Mostly have hip hop.
Yeah. But I mean, back then you had Clearview, you had Trees, Dada, you had, and there were excellent talent like Bohemian, the new Bohemians be playing at Dada, and it was really a good time for a while there.
Club and the Rock, and I mean, there were just so many venues, and they're just not there. We've got 3 Links. Twilight does some acoustic
Speaking
stuff.
of 3 Links, you got a DRI show coming up at 3 Links.
Yeah, they do. I love 3 Links.
Is there still a scene in Lower Green? Hang on, Bricky. Is there a scene in Lower Greenville like there was 20 years ago?
It's mostly just a drinking college scene, I think. Yeah. I don't think there's any music venues down there other than Granada.
Yeah. Which Granada's picked up a couple of local bands that I'm surprised are playing there, because I've hit up Granada a couple of times and nobody's reached back out to me. And then I went into them in person. They're like, "Oh, well, email this person." And there's 2 local bands that built a bill together that are playing there. So I'm very surprised.
Well, Grenard got all of Gas Monkey's shows, and they've just continued on. I think the guy that was booking Gas Monkey is actually booking them now.
Interesting.
Or just he's bringing a lot of shows there. He doesn't like Clint with trees, so we didn't get any of that. So we missed out on all of it.
So I feel like when I was younger and I went to go see some of my friends' bands, I didn't appreciate the Deep Ellum music scene as much as I should have. I went to Trees. I went to a couple other places. Excuse me. And now they're just, I feel like
no, get back.
Some of them are dying out, and it makes me sad because we played at Reno's. That's the last time we played in Deep Ellum, and then we haven't been back to Deep Ellum since because the scene is just so shifted and different, and we don't know what to expect, what they want, if they want local artists or if they just want to build in, because these venues have to make money too.
Yeah. Well, and it's all about bringing the people down there, and the people are really skeptical about going down there now. I mean, it's safer than it's ever been, but it's a hassle.
Yeah.
I mean,
parking.
They close Main and Elm. And
are you serious?
Every Friday, Saturday night during the summer, they close it.
Is it because of the traffic, or they're trying to keep the flow a little bit easier?
The cruising, and they want it to be a walkable area.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
It leads into, they want it to be more like restaurant and like small pub and residential. They just don't want the music venues down there anymore.
We've been down there to eat at a few places, and then we've been to the Dallas Comedy Club, walk around, and then we've also been to Louis down there too. So it's kind of nice to walk around, but it's kind of sad to see that the music scene is dying just a tad.
Yeah.
Hank and Rick, if you don't mind, I'm going to throw in a plug. I'm kind of like I retired as a librarian after 50 years in May, and I'm kind of becoming like a local history amateur archivist. And I'm going to throw out to all you guys, since you're in the music scene, that if anybody knows of a cache of collection of like playbills or posters or anything from the music scene from Dallas, Deep Ellum, or wherever, collect them and donate them to the Dallas Public Library, Dallas Archivist, because I think that what you guys are talking about is a rich history of music in Dallas, even from the 80s forward, that people are going to be interested in. And if it's dying out in Deep Ellum, then if you have things, or if you know of people that have like a collection of posters, or playbills or anything like that, and you're wondering what to do with them, donate them to the library, because it's history. It's local history.
Well, let me add to that. I'm on the DECA board, the Deep Ellum Community Association down there. We just opened the community center, this is the 150th year of Deep Ellum established music area, I guess, and arts. And so they're really trying to push that. And we've kind of got a collection of, we've got an installation there by Dr. Governor from University of Texas in Austin.
Cool.
Together, I mean, if you get a chance to go and check it out, it's really cool because it takes you all the way back to when Deep Ellum first basically considered to be an established entertainment area 150 years ago.
The blues, mostly the blues early on.
Supporting mostly Black-owned businesses. Then they, just goes through the changes that happen, throughout the years, all the way up into the 80s and 90s. And
cool. I'd love to see it. Where is it?
It's on Elm Street, 2635 Elm Street, I believe is the address.
Okay.
And it's over by, where the Profit Bar used to be. It's just right down the street from that.
Okay. I'll look it up. Thanks. Real quick, while we're talking about Dallas music scene, my father was a piano bar entertainer in Dallas. He played at mostly hotels and restaurants and steakhouses and things like that. And of course, my memories of Dallas of music scene with my father was more like 50s, 60s. But there was a club that played jazz, and maybe you remember. I don't know if it was in Deep Ellum, but it was a husband and wife team.
Strictly Taboo.
Something. The floor was Dick. I have an LP about them. There was a club, and it was something floor. I'll have to look it up, but it's early 60s, I think, late 50s, early 60s.
Okay.
Doesn't ring a bell.
There was a place called Four Winds that was out on the outskirts in East Texas. I mean, in East Dallas. Muddy Mother Blues was down there on Gaston.
Okay. Do you remember This is totally off subject, but do you remember Trader Vic at Mockingbird?
Yeah.
Mockingbird Essential. Trader Vic. My father probably played there. It was like a Polynesian style restaurant and club. Yeah, cool. I'll look that place up and let you guys know.
I miss Deep Fridays, where you could get into 7 clubs for $7, and you just got a wristband, and you just ran into friends. Like, hey, I'm going to Galaxy Club. Oh, really? I'm going to Trees. And there was, even though the streets weren't as packed as they are now, there was more of a camaraderie back then, as opposed to now, where it's just a bunch of tourists that are just banging into each other.
Yeah.
Hey, Brad is trying to get in on this. I don't know who is responsible for it, but Brad is trying to get on.
Happy Turkey Day.
All right. Well, best of luck to you, Brad.
Rick and Hank, since you guys are not Hank, Rick and David, since you're host, I think I'm going to bow out. I'm getting kind of tired, and I'm the oldest one here, and so I'm a old fuddy-duddy. So Brad can take my place.
Go drink a hot toddy.
Thank you, Logan, for hanging out as long as you did.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving, and I will see you boys, my adopted sons. I'll see my adopted sons soon.
All right. Well,
thank you.
Bye, guys.
Oh, I got puppy.
Thank you. Oh, she gave me kisses. What kind is yours, Ariel?
Kitty cats.
Oh, it's a kitty cat. I thought it was a dog.
They act like dogs. They're not cats. I wish they were cats.
Well, Waffy says hi.
Well, hi.
Good night, guys.
So cute.
Good night, guys.
Okay, good night.
Night, brother.
Take care.
Hey, Logan.
I wish our cats were cats. They suck.
As far as Brad goes, I really don't know what to tell him. I sent him the link he
told me he was in the backstage and no one would let him in.
So Chris,
no, he's in a different backstage, I guess, or something.
I'm just
not in our backstage. So Chris, do you? I'm assuming you're still at Trees.
No, well,
no, you're not.
I'm not there now.
Okay, so you were there for 13 years. Well, I know we were talking about like the shift and everything. How do you feel they have shifted to? What do you think that their vibes are now? What is their focus?
Well, COVID killed a lot of. I mean, we were having a hard time getting acts back. We're just now getting to the point to where we're actually, able to run our calendars and booking 2 to 3 months in advance, where before it was just trying to get anybody who was on tour to come.
Yeah.
But we're kind of out of that stage now, which is awesome. But we're just going to keep doing what we're doing. I mean, trying to book good shows and try to outbid all these other venues if we can on some of them. I mean, we've got a few coming up that are going to be pretty good. We got Soulfly's coming. We had Dead Kennedys last week.
Yeah.
Just, that's all I can say about it. I mean, it's just trying to get them to come.
Are there any new venues opening up?
Well, I don't know if you've been to Echo yet. That's been open a couple of years. I think the guy that was at Gas, I think he's talking about opening up another venue, but I don't know where.
The Gas Monkey guy, are you talking about?
Not Chris. Chris is still he's back with Richard, and they're going to open up something, but they don't have the Gas Monkey name. The other dude did, and Alex was running the old Gas Monkey that closed, and he's with the other Gas Monkey garage guy that got the name, and they're going to be opening up something.
Fun fact. I actually, well, Jeff and I both worked for the company that partnered with Richard from Gas Monkey, and we went on a cruise with Gas Monkey.
Oh, cool.
Them boys are wild. They're super wild, and he is, I think, trying to open a venue, and it's more towards the Denton area, isn't it? Like more like North Texas or something, I think.
Yeah. I haven't heard where, but you know, I've heard the rumblings that they're going to open something. Actually, I think Chris reached out to Clint to see about maybe partnering with them. That was about 2 years ago, I think. But I don't know.
That's the guy.
Still in the works or not.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, I know there was a huge split, not just as far as Clint and Whitney as a partnership, but also as a business partnership. So I feel like I heard that Whitney got the bomb factory.
No, absolutely not. You know,
the tea, bro.
Divorce, and in the midst of that divorce, COVID hit. In the midst of that, Westfield, their partner in the bomb factory, decided they wanted both of them out, and so I mean it's a huge breach of contract. They're still in litigation. I guess Westfield's idea is just to keep hammering at them until they run out of money, but they're fighting to keep, you know, because everything that was in the bomb factory that wasn't nailed down, the liquor, the sound system, the stage, everything, that's bought that. And so just locked them out of it and filed this lawsuit, and it's been a nonstop mess for the last 4 years.
That's gonna be tough.
Yeah, it sucks. It absolutely sucks. But yeah, they're trying to get that in out of Canton Hall. That's why they changed the names.
All right. Well, all of this is really depressing me. So I'm going to go on to when Deep Ellum was thriving. I'll say the first show I ever saw in Deep Ellum was Toadies and Trail of the Dead in the Trees parking lot back in 2001. And that was a fantastic concert. So what were y'all's first Deep Ellum concert experiences?
Mine, I was 16, and I was dating a guy that was a punk rocker dude, and he took me to some, I don't even know what club it was. It was like 84. And we went down there, and I just remember it was scary. It was freaking scary. It was a bunch of punk rocker. Yeah, it was crazy.
The first time I was there was Theater Gallery, right at the very end of it.
Theater Gallery. God.
So
it was over off of Commerce. It was across from, you said the Profit Bar earlier, is in that building caddy corner there, and it was called Theater Gallery. Russell Hobbs operated it also.
Yeah. Wow. Crazy.
Was there a place on the door in Deep Ellum at one point?
He did. The guy that did the door, he's the one that started the first of our era. He started the first like punk rock, hard rock, heavy metal club in Dallas in Deep Ellum. Sorry, Deep Ellum specific, called Theater Gallery.
Okay, so that was my first show in Deep Ellum, and it was actually to see. Still really good friends with them. They're kind of playing still off and on. Called The News Can Wait, and so that's my first Deep Ellum show was theirs. But
cool.
There's a
so
lot.
What was the transition like from 70s Deep Ellum into the early 80s? Was it like classic rock that just led into punk, or was it always just a weird hodgepodge?
I didn't go back from that time that I went in 84. I didn't go back to like 93 or 4. And it was starting to kind of pop a little bit. I mean, it wasn't like crazy like it was in 97 or 95, you know.
Like was Deep Ellum mostly just blues up until about the early 80s?
I don't know. I know it
Yeah,
was
who knew? Because we weren't really down there listening to blues much.
I mean, it was a huge punk scene in the 80s. I know that. But
Right.
like I said, I didn't go back after that till mid 90s. But it was
Were y'all
that's pretty much, and all those clubs popped up from there. And there's a lot of clubs at like Main Street, the one there on Commerce, man. Why do I always forget that one? Rock on the Rocks. Yeah, that was the hard rock little club there for years.
Yeah.
So there's been a lot of venues that have popped up, and it just kind of grew from there. But I'm pretty sure that Theater Gallery back in the early 80s was the beginning of the revival of music in Deep Ellum.
I think it was like warehouse stuff.
Yeah, that's what it was. It's just a giant warehouse with a stage and a sound system.
So Deep Ellum is basically built on the backs of punk rockers.
Of course, yes.
Man,
it's not built on them.
Black people.
We're just the people that will go sweat it out in warehouses and bring value to an area that then people with money to invest will invest in that area and do other things with it.
Hell yeah. I love when people bring Valium to the area.
That's us.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, there was a huge art community there too at the same time. And I think that pretty much came into play with Frank Campagna. He moved down there like late 80s.
Yeah. And there was also a thriving ecstasy scene in Dallas in the mid 80s as well.
Yeah, there was.
Chris, did you ever try some of that pure 80s MDMA?
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, you could get it from the sports stores, and that's where we got it.
So you could go to the local Walgreens and just be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go to a rave. Give me 20."
Yeah, it was more like they were like pro nutrient stores or whatever. They, there was just a few of them about, and the one we went to was off of Greenville Avenue. I can't remember what the name of it was, but we were able to get it like 3 times, and then they made it illegal. So we couldn't get it from there anymore. But yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, I remember the first time I ever tried ecstasy, it was cut with speed, so it wasn't the pure wonderful experience that I had been told that it was. So I'm wondering, what's pure MDMA? What kind of high is that? If anybody knows,
you're living. It's like the light. Everything around you is alive. You feel, you smell, you touch, everything's alive. I mean, that's the best way I can explain it. I mean, yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, it's just it's the craziest thing, and I don't know. Watching what it looks like now when someone takes that stuff, it's not pretty at all. There's nothing happy about what they're doing. I mean, it just doesn't seem like the same thing at all.
Oh, what kind of stimulants do the modern Deep Ellum residents to intake besides alcohol?
It's Molly and fentanyl.
So the shit that can kill you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nobody takes shrooms anymore, man. What the fuck is up with that?
Why does anybody just drink whiskey?
They do.
People microdose.
Although I will say this, never ever take mushrooms and go see an Evil Metal concert, because that will turn you off of not only drugs but also music.
That's not true,
What?
man.
That's so
Our drummer fucking loves that shit. Bill.
Death metal on acid.
Bill loves that shit.
Don't incriminate people.
He doesn't give a fuck.
Hell yeah. So, what are things like over at Trees now? Like, is everybody just kind of hoping, or is everybody like, no, it'll turn around. It'll totally turn around.
We've got, I mean, we've got a pretty solid schedule. It's just, it's not the schedule I would prefer. I mean, we had these ratchet. Oh, it was the worst rap show ever the other night. It was horrible. And then we had these guys come in they had 6 guns on them. 6 trying to get in the club. What the hell? I mean, they must have been scared of
Chris,
something.
did you ever do like an ICP show?
We had one of the ICP guys. What was his name? I wasn't too long ago. Actually, it was like
The J guy, J Mass,
Violent J.
Violent J.
I don't know.
Shaggy Duo.
Did they ever spray Fago all over your
Yeah,
foot?
well, when I first started working there, they had a Juggalo show. It was Twisted, I think, and oh god, yeah. It was before we knew about the Fago stuff, so they were letting the Fago in, but Fago is no longer allowed in Trees.
Did they fuck your club up?
Oh yeah, they sprayed it everywhere. Whoop whoop,
No.
spray the Fago. Whoop whoop.
Yeah.
Enough. Yeah.
Like, what style of music?
And one of them jumped off of their roof.
What style of music usually sells out Trees? Is it rap or jazz or rock?
You know, I hate to say this, but lately it's been these TikTok famous assholes.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, Dave, let's become TikTok famous.
That's
we got the asshole part down. Let's do this.
I just cannot. I mean, some of them have been pretty talented, but for the most part, they're playing the backtracks. They dance. They're.
Oh, I can't dance.
Give us some examples. Who's TikTok famous? The Island Boys?
Probably like Tate McRae. Probably, I would imagine.
God, I can't remember some of the names. They're just fly by night, and they come in on these buses where, you know, we have bands that have been established for years and years and years that have come through here, and they're like in sprinters at this point because it's too much money to run a bus. And these guys are just rolling in completely decked out. They get money from sponsors. They get money from where
sponsors.
Yeah, it's great.
And see, the Trees stage is not that big, so I don't know what kind of dance moves you'd be pulling off.
It's pretty big. We actually extended it out since you've probably been there. We did a big renovation, not last summer, but the summer before last.
I think the last time I was at Trees was Charles Bradley, who is since passed on. But yeah, that was probably like 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, that was a great show. I love that show.
Like 10 years ago.
Yeah, but yeah, we did a whole renovation in there and extended out the stage, upgraded the sound, did a lot.
The pole?
Huh?
Past the pole?
No. Oh, well, I mean, it's past the pole on the stage, but not past the pole on the ground. There's 2 of them, trees. The 2 trees on the ground, and there's one on the stage. It's past that one.
Chris, as a Deep Ellum mainstay, what did you think of when Kurt Cobain tried to crowd surf and then banged the bouncer in the face with the guitar?
Well, I wasn't there, for one. That was Turner. I see Turner all the time. And Rusty, who works at Tree still, he was on stage that night. But he wasn't crowd surfing. He got his ass kicked because he kicked Turner in the head after he was coming back when they were pulling it back up. I don't know why he was in the head. I mean, I've heard many different stories about it.
He just swung at the wrong person. Yeah. I mean, not swung. Kurt just fucked with the wrong guy. He didn't realize it. It's one of those things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet Dime never swung on him.
No, it's a different deal. But that was one of those shows. I mean, they had just blown up, so they were just as freaked out by the whole thing too, because that was definitely too small of a venue playing for blowing up the way they did. But
You know, I'm kind of curious. How did Pantera go over when they first started playing Deep Ellum?
Well, they played on the rocks.
They
kept on the rocks alive. Any venue that Pantera played at, they played there regularly, and they kept that venue alive.
Yeah, and in Deep Ellum, it seemed like, you know, whenever I saw them there, it was usually Spinny and Dime, and they're coming in. They're rolling in, and they just get on stage with a band that they already knew, that was already playing. And that happened numerous times.
So
I never
cool.
Yeah.
never saw them actually booked, gigged, played at Deep Ellum. It was them just showing up and impromptu.
So that was after they were famous. Back in the day, we were still kicking it.
Because I always hear stories about, you know, Pantera at the basement, but I never hear stories about Pantera at Trees or Pantera at,
It
you know.
predated Trees. It was On the Rocks was the club that Pantera held down in Deep Ellum. That's one I was talking about earlier, over off of Commerce and Good Latimer.
Okay. And then I remember whenever I started getting into like radio and stuff, and they would always be talking about Drowning Pool in Deep Ellum. What was it like from Drowning Pool from when they first showed up in Deep Ellum to when they blew up?
Oh, you know, that was I was in the middle of watching all of that. We were friends with Dave, and he was actually in a band called Fugly prior to
Fugly?
Yep. And I left Fugly, and then all of a sudden, Drowning Pool picked him up, and the next thing you know, they're just selling out right off. Boom, 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 boom. Every show. And then they got signed, and that was the end. They were on tour for 2 years.
Yeah, when Drowning Pool got signed, the floodgates basically opened up for bands like Pimpedelic and Hellified Funk Crew and Jibe. And for some reason, even though these bands totally like ruled the radio waves in DFW, they never really broke outside. Do you think that was all just because of who they were, or because they just wrong place, wrong time?
Pimpedelic and Hellified, you can categorize, but Jive, they went on a huge tour. Who else? The Breakfast at Tiffany's guys.
Bowling for Soup.
Yeah.
Dude, Spoon-Fed Tribe were criminally underrated, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. I wish they would start playing again.
Yeah, no doubt. And then Element 80 shot themselves in the foot with their whole attitude bullshit.
Yeah.
It was really Jeff Lyles that did the booking at the beginning of the Trees down there and kind of took it all that direction.
The one that booked that Nirvana show.
Yeah.
Hey, Dave. Jeff wants to know how Element 80 shot themselves in the foot.
Well, here's the thing. They walked in like they were the shit, and they were booed off of every stage that they played in outside of DFW because they had a terrible attitude, and because by the time they got big, that sound had been already passé for about 2 years. So, and here's the real problem. They went on tour with Mushroomhead, which makes no sense. Like Element 80 should be touring with like Papa Roach or Disturbed, but they went on tour with Mushroomhead, and Mushroomhead ain't playing that shit.
Man, I thought Element 80 was awesome when I was younger.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, every young person loved Element 80, and then they met them in person, and they were like, "Oh God, fuck these guys."
That's so funny. God, that's funny.
So circling back to Bowling for Soup, we just seen them in concert earlier this year.
Yeah.
And I was very surprised. They did a great job, but most of their set was a comedy set. They played like maybe 8 songs total.
Well, there's 60.
they're not 60. They're still playing other shows. I was a little disappointed because I wanted more of their songs, and then a lot of their popular songs they sped through. They're like, okay, it's a mashup. Bye.
They've always played like that, though. I mean, that's kind of their deal, their shtick.
Okay, so they do a comedy set.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll get out. I mean,
man, I just wanted more music.
they just
I was
played. They had a fest last Saturday, and they opened the fest with Dougie Fresh, and Run DMC.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, it's good to know that that's their thing. I mean, because I've never been to their show, and I've always liked their music just because it was just more upbeat, and I listened to it when I was in middle school, high school, and then that's the first time we met. We heard the Vandaliers.
Yeah, we seen them with the Vandaliers, and I thought that was a really cool sound. It was like a country rock. I thought they had a really unique sound.
Yeah,
and Jeff doesn't like going to shows, so that's fine.
Yeah, dude, there was a lot of bands that should have been bigger than they actually were. Like Ghoultown. Ghoultown was a fucking fantastic band, but unfortunately they never. Yeah, they still are, but they never really made it outside of DFW. Really,
not much.
Yeah, they have. They've toured the world.
I mean, they toured, but I mean, you know, they're not as revered as, say, like the Toadies or Drowning Pool or Pantera. You know, you're hard pressed to find people outside of the Metroplex to actually know about Ghoultown.
I don't know. I mean, especially in I are huge in Europe. Huge.
Awesome.
JT used to be our sound guy. I actually just saw him, and they're getting one of their songs got picked up by some game. I can't remember which one, but
a game.
Like a
video game.
Yeah, like a PS4 game or whatever, and they're actually making a video for it. They're paying them to do it. That's
cool.
Yeah.
Dave Jarvis, you know an Ethan?
No.
I've got an Ethan backstage.
I do not know Ethan either.
Ethan what?
Ethan, put it in the chats. See who you
I feel like it should be Ethan Bagel for some reason, but it shouldn't.
Well, I don't know. But either way, while I'm thinking about it, hey, I've also got Here for Now. While I'm thinking about it, Hotspot, thank you for the super stickers, super chats. I got 2
Thank
of them.
you, Hotspot. I was just going to say, there are very few perfect albums, in my opinion, but I think the Toadies' Rubbernecking is a perfect album. What are your thoughts on the Toadies, Chris?
I love the Toadies. You know, they're solid. They've always been real solid, and you know, I saw them when they first started rolling out, and yeah, and you know, their kids are starting to get into. You know, we've had School of Rock, and you know, Vaden, whatever his name is, his kid. Another one of their kids is in that School of Rock, and they're badass.
Awesome.
Starting to get in bands, and so we're going to see a whole new crop of young Toadies.
I love hearing that.
That's cool. Yeah.
The first time I seen Toadies, I think it was that Fort Worth place, Dickies? Is it Dickies? Not Dickies Arena. Oh gosh.
Dickies is the shit. I love it. It's one of the best big venues in this area.
I just seen All American Rejects there, and that's where I first seen the Toadies. Damn, they freaking killed it. It was the first time I've ever seen them. My best friend won tickets on the radio, and she's like, "Hey, do you want to go to the Toadies concert?" I go, "Let's go. I've never been. Let's do this." Damn, they killed it. It was one of the best shows I've ever seen, and I told myself if I ever was in a band I played live, I wanted to bring that much energy because they just crushed it.
Oh,
they're phenomenal.
Yeah, they are.
Ooh, that's a good one. What is the best concert you've seen in Deep Ellum?
Are you asking me?
Whoever.
So I haven't been to a lot of shows in Deep Ellum. I'm not gonna lie, but one that I've seen, the most recent one that I've seen was Casey Musgraves.
Oh, that's a good one.
She's really good, and I love her vocals.
I'd say Kill Switch Engage and Deftones at Trees.
Oh, that would be such a good
Ooh.
show. Oh,
They didn't play
All right, man.
shows, but that Kill Switch and Down was good at Trees.
Mm.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, speaking of new talent, we have new talent with us here and new talent with us right here. This is Ariel of Against All Odds, and she's with us here every Wednesday, Chris.
Yay.
But this is Shade right here, everybody. She's from Here for Now, and she's joined us to spend a minute and tell us about her upcoming band's upcoming show.
Oh, yeah. So we have a show. I don't know if y'all can hear me very well. We have a show that's the day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday. So that'll be
We
really
can
fun.
hear you great.
Cool. We are playing at 9:20. So if anyone has, you go out Black Friday shopping, you don't have anything to do afterwards, go up to Denton. We'll be at the Dive. It has really good food and a big fun lineup. So that'll be cool.
Have you played with Beyond Destiny before?
I have. They're super fun.
Nikki is so sweet. She's the sweetest thing.
Yeah, she's the one that got us connected to our promoter that we got signed with. So
that's great. Yeah, I met her. It was at a Terrible Amplified show, but she came up to me afterwards, and she's just been so amazing. She always hits us up for shows and everything. She's a really awesome individual. So I'm really glad y'all got to hook up.
Yeah, she's so nice.
So this
Shade.
is
I was going to say, Shade, what are some of your experiences with Deep Ellum and really with the Dallas music scene overall?
It's a good question. I was in School of Rock, so I played in Deep Ellum at one point. So that was really fun. I think I've played Deep Ellum twice. So that was fun. Other than that, I've seen POD in Deep Ellum like twice.
there you go.
Seen a couple indie bands.
Here
just
comes
like
the boom.
Yeah, it was really fun. I saw them at the Factory, which was that was fun. That was a good one. I haven't seen a lot of shows in Deep Ellum, but we just went and saw Smashing Pumpkins, and that was a phenomenal show. That was amazing. So,
Dude, that sounds great. Where was that at?
that one, that was at Dos Equis.
Oh, okay.
So,
Have you noticed a marked difference between Deep Ellum crowds and the elsewheres of DFW?
I feel like Deep Ellum is just kind of a lot of like I see a lot of people who are just like, oh, we were just walking and we just decided to go into this venue, and because like it was like $20 to get in, and so I think that's kind of cool. Other places like normally it's people like they're going either for like the food or the bar, or they're going because like you're friends. But Deep Ellum, it's just like people just want to like vibe. So I kind of like that, but it can be a little scary,
Wait, are people threatening you?
No, not lately, at least.
Okay, good, because me and Ricky will totally stab motherfucker.
Oh no, it's just
That'll give me a reason.
There are a couple times you're walking over like people that are like sleeping, and you're like, oh, hopefully I don't wake them up.
I'd rather
Hey, Chris, you notice a marked difference between the Deep Ellum crowds as opposed to the Tyler or Terrell or Fort Worth crowds?
There's no crowds in Terrell.
Yeah. Very rarely do I go anywhere that has just such a walking presence. I mean, because I guess 7th Street, but I haven't been over there in a while. Yeah, I mean, it is a lot of people walking around doing stupid shit, throwing up, fighting.
How about you, Ariel? Have you noticed a difference between the crowds?
Okay, so first off, there is no crowd in Terrell. I'm just kidding. The only music scene that we have out here is Silver Saloon. They play a lot of country, and they have a lot of Tejano bands that come out. They, I know the owner of the Silver Saloon, and so they have like, oh gosh, they just had Josh Abbott out. I don't know. Are y'all familiar with Josh Abbott? They're a very popular Texas country band.
I've seen him at So the junction is pretty good.
Okay. So they've also had oh gosh, not Tyler. What's his name?
Randy Rogers, Casey Donahue.
They've had a lot of popular Texas country out here. So it is a little bit different. It's more country and Tejano music out in Terrell. Tyler is a mixed bag of nuts. Depends on where you go. I haven't been out in that music scene in a hot minute. There is a venue there that has a multiple area, like multiple club area kind of thing.
Is it Clicks?
What'd you say?
Clicks, is that the name of the club in Tyler?
I think it is, and it's the one that has different areas where it has different music going at the same time. I don't know. It's just very different. I feel like there's more eclectic here in Dallas, but the further east you go, it's more specific to Texas country or country music or something like that.
Yeah,
I
mean, we have a lot of dance clubs down there and hip hop clubs, but yeah, I mean it's a very diverse crowd. Deep Ellum, I'd have to say. Tourists and then the regulars and then there's dance crowd and the club scene people and music lovers. Yeah, it's crazy.
Parker was out here.
Parker McCollum.
Parker and
my fondest trees experience. I've shared this before, but I want to share it with Chris, and I want to tell you, Chris, at the same time, thank you so much for being here. You're so enjoyable, and to think that you have this relationship with Dave and Hank is amazing.
Yeah, they're my boys.
So dude, cool. I love Chris more than words could possibly describe. I can't put into words how much I love Chris. She's such a wonderful person, and her whole family has just treated us like we were their own, and it's a wonderful thing. The 20 years we've known the Shrags and the Beasleys, and they've always just opened their doors and their ovens to us so we could stick our head in there.
Dave, please stop sticking your head in ovens.
I'm drunk. Leave me alone.
Chris,
bro, I've been drinking since like 3. Get it together. Let's go. Step up.
No, I will not get it together. Thank you.
I talked Tigger into tattooing a friend of mine while he was performing on stage at Trees.
Oh my Atlanta.
Way back in the 80s.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh my Atlanta. Hey,
that hasn't been done.
I've never tattooed anyone before, but I am very, very artistic. I would love to do that on stage to somebody. I'm kidding. Don't let me do that.
Well, it's that it happened at Trees, and I don't think it had ever happened before. Whatever it's worth.
I mean, we've had tattoo festivals there, but we haven't ever had that happen.
Tigger did it. Tigger, who opened Tigger's Tattoos right there on Main. He did it himself.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
All right, well, I got to go, guys. I appreciate you inviting me.
Bye, Chris. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Guys. And I'll talk to you and Dave later. Hank.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, Chris. I love you. Please be safe.
All right. Bye.
I'm really sorry. A cat right now.
The sanitation department has extra hands on staff, ready for the big royal flush.
Oh, God.
You know, that big hand just goes right up the pipe and scoops all the poop out of the water. They have extra hands. Yeah, tomorrow's going to be a busy day for everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for being here with us.
I was going to say Happy Turkey Day, and then I was going to have Jeff slice it, but he sliced my turkey wrong.
I think I missed it. Did we talk about favorite dishes and meats and sides and everything?
I think as far as we got was stuffing turkey, and that's about it. And speaking of that, did y'all know Days X was with us. Thanks for being here with us again, Days. Always.
Hey, Brett.
Big dog Brett.
So and Brett's gonna tell me that I'm just making it go to his head, but
So I don't leave Ethan out. We're gonna say hello, and Ethan, if you hang
Hello.
around, we're gonna get right back to you. I promise.
Already.
Brett is our drummer with Against All Odds. He's also a drummer of another band, but we're not gonna mention that right now, because ours is more important in this instant. But he killed it last show. That was great. Lasting effect. Thank you for showing that. That band does not exist in my world right now.
So here's the show you're talking about. Beautiful new logo, kick-ass show at Six Springs last week.
It was so good. So much good energy. Such Otherwise Dead killed it. In Search of Sight was super great. Very great bands to follow up to and bring out a great show. Brett killed it, brought a lot of good energy. We had a lot of good feedback because he had only been playing with us for what, a month maybe? How long? If that?
About that.
So learn, like, we probably have over 13 original songs, but we played 11 or 10 that night and just crushed it and very excited. And we're going to get recording and have our next show in December 15th.
That is
Six
great.
Springs. Woo-hoo.
Is that it? Yeah.
Yeah, with Flash Mob. And didn't we talk about Flash Mob before?
We promote their shows all the time, but we've never had them on.
Okay, that's what I thought. I feel like we've seen that name a lot.
Yeah. We'll
So when Brad hit us up, I was like,
who's the other band?
So hold on. I have to look at the name and read it because I feel like I read it wrong every time.
That's so funny. Well, you can get them both on the show next week to promote it for, a little bit. It's no problem. I hope that you can.
I can ask them. So they're the Intemperate Sons, if I'm saying that correctly. They both have really great following. Yep.
So this is Friday, December the 15th. Kick ass. Thank you, Brett. Sincerely, bro.
Hey,
Right.
Ethan, how has Deep Ellum treated you over the years?
Ooh, Deep Ellum. Well, I can't say it has because I have just moved to Big Old Texas this last December. So, or technically November. So this is all new ground for me, new turf.
Happy 1 year.
Okay, well, how has Texas treated you?
Texas has treated me great. Yeah, the one show I have, or not show, concert I have gone to was with our band here for now, and we went to, I think it was technically, oh gosh, who was it? Disturbed. It was Disturbed, and Disturbed was playing, and we may have gone specifically to see Breaking Benjamin.
Yep, that's my favorite.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say I was just there.
Yeah, we could have just gone for Breaking Benjamin. I personally could have gone just for the drummer. So, yeah, I like Texas. It's good here.
All right, so got to ask the questions if you don't mind. Where are you from, and how did you get involved with Shade and this amazing music?
Yeah, I'm one of those I'm from all around people, but I'm born in Iowa, so that's where I'm from. And I've moved around a bit, and this last January or February, one of those months, I got contacted through, I think, like Facebook or something, and they were looking for a drummer, and I was like, yeah, I'll be a drummer. Sure.
The drummers. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, we've been recording and just started gigging recently, and I mean that's pretty much my story on that part. We're fairly new, although Shade and the other guitarist Ray have been at it for a little bit longer than I have.
Now, I will say drummers usually are members of at least 5 other bands. Are you monogamous?
No, this is my one and only. I have not. This is my first experience to this. This is all like everything is new. Texas is new. This band is new. Gigging is new.
You better not cheat on us, okay?
I'm not. No, I'm not planning on it. No. Here for now is
the leader of the band has spoken.
Yeah.
He's in like 5 other bands, like exactly like 5 other bands. We were just talking about that, so I was like, man, that's crazy. I can't imagine.
I can't. That's a lot to handle. Like even trying to just be in the one for me is kind of tricky, but I'll manage for here for now, just for the homies.
Well, it takes that kind of focus, actually. So I agree with you. I don't know how they do it either.
What's the music scene like in Iowa compared to what it is down here?
Oh, I have I have no idea. Again, I was only in Iowa for probably like a few years, and it was when I was little, so I don't really remember much of the only thing I remember is tornadoes.
I'll let you guys know his first ever concert was the Breaking Benjamin concert.
Okay.
Oh wow.
We were there. It was a great show.
Yes,
We rode the train down into Dallas just for fun.
Yeah, I got to experience the whole shebang, all of it. It was
got all the homeless people coming and asking us for money. It was great.
Oh yeah.
My husband doesn't believe in the train. I'm like grew up on the dirt rail, and I took the A train to college at UNT, and my husband remembers the homeless people just screaming at the window. And I swear to God, this guy was just like, ah! And he goes, what on earth is that? I go, oh, it's just some guy. It's okay.
That's great.
We'll be in school on campus in 30 minutes, and then we just take off.
You haven't seen characters unless you've been on trains in downtown areas.
No, I'm glad y'all did that. It's an experience, and it's really not that bad. People make it sound like it's bad. It's not that bad.
It's fun.
Well, let me tell you from personal experience, if somebody says, hey, you don't look right, follow me to my car, don't follow them.
No.
Or even loan them a cigarette. Because that's the main question. It's a cigarette, man?
Because, dude, I left a Curtain Club I left Curtain Club one time totally just hammered out of my fucking mind. And then my friend Jana, who apparently, as I just learned, is no longer with us recently. God bless you, Raina. I miss you and everything. But she invited me over to her truck, and she was like, "Hey, you look fucked up. Here, spin this bolo." And unfortunately, I had to smoke meth to find my car, and I found my car, and I drove back to Waxahachie, completely skitzed out of my brain, and didn't sleep for 2 or 3 days. So in the short run, it was a good idea, but in the long run, terrible idea. So make sure that whoever you rode with has your back.
It sounds like a good life tip.
Hello, Brett. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Hi.
Thanks for having Ariel's back. Well, I like to think I have your back here, Dave Jarvis. I'm extremely grateful to you and Ariel for being here every Wednesday night to make this happen.
Oh, absolutely, man. Pleasure is all mine. And since we're closing in on the end of this, I would just like to ask everybody in the panel, how do you want to be remembered? Take your time. Brett, how do you want to be remembered?
Hey, Johnny TV, what's up, bro?
Hey, man, how you guys doing?
We're asking you how you want to be remembered.
How I want to be remembered as being the most honest person in the world, and thinking about other people instead of myself, and just sharing love with one another, and being you, and at the same time, I like to be myself, because I won't be remembered by me being myself, and no one can change that character as long as you don't let them.
I love it.
Yeah,
That's what's up.
we need the whole cheer effect.
Sorry for being late, guys. Sorry for being late.
You're
Well,
good,
it's
brother.
good to see you, man. Thank you. It's hard to follow that, but hey, Ethan, would you like to give it a shot? The question that Dave asked everyone.
Sure. I mean, that's quite the question. What I'd be remembered as. I mean, I don't know. I'm young and don't know what I'm doing entirely
Good
with
point,
all my life
Shade.
yet.
Ricky, no, Ethan, go ahead. Answer. Yeah, Ricky, don't cut him off.
I guess strong character, caring, super awesome drummer. That definitely is. Everyone is gonna, remember like Breaking Benjamin.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Yeah,
That's my
everyone's
favorite band.
gonna
I'm gonna
remember.
throw that out there. I love that you guys went to that show because
Hey, guys, Ethan was still talking.
it's on
He's
point.
got
He
your
mentioned
back.
Breaking Benjamin. It's on point.
I agree though. The Breaking Benjamin is like a top list here. I mean, again, I'm still learning all this stuff, but I don't know. From all the bands I have heard, Breaking Benjamin is pretty high up there for me.
I heard you say you want to be remembered like you remember Breaking Benjamin.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose so.
That's very cool.
As I guess specifically for the music field, as a not just any drummer, but a drummer who was good at having variation and really putting passion into what they play.
Awesome. All right.
Very good. Very good. Shade, how do you want to be remembered?
I should have been thinking more about this, but I don't know. I think I want to be remembered as like, just like someone who, you can look back on and be like, man, I want to hang out with that person, it's someone that like makes good impressions wherever I go. So.
Very good. It's a great way to be it.
Well, you and your band do. I am fortunate enough. I haven't got to see many bands, but I did get to see your band perform, and y'all were very good, very fun. I could tell that y'all have taken the time to play that music. So thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
hey,
I'll play your songs after the show.
Hey, Britt, up top, how do you want to be remembered?
Mm-hmm. How do you even know my name? Because it's there.
It's right there.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, we don't believe in privacy around here.
I brought her out on the show Saturday, and I was like, "Hey, Britt, will you be a part of my act?" And she goes, "What do I have to do?" And I go, "Just follow my lead." And she did it. It was great. Okay.
Yeah.
I remembered.
Probably as like a caring, generous person. I'm like that already. So,
what was your favorite part of the show the other night?
We'll roll with that.
You can't just say that. You're
I do. I love every one of your shows. You give it your all every show.
I feel like I went a little too crazy this last show. You can attest to that, Brett.
You did like dress up a lot more than usual, but I mean, it was fun. I really enjoyed. It was very theatrical.
Hey, Jeff, how do you want to be remembered?
Obviously want to be remembered as the greatest functioning alcoholic of all time.
Hell yeah.
Well, you're definitely on my Mount Rushmore.
My goodness. Can't respect a man more than that.
Hey, Ariel. Ariel, how do you want to be remembered on this fine Blackout Wednesday?
Everyone always has so many sentimental things and sincere things to say, and I appreciate that. And I wish that I had said that at the first time you had asked me that question. But I'm going to stick with the same thing I have said since day one to you, Dave. I want to be the best freaking female vocalist you've ever heard on stage. and I want to be remembered as that.
Well, you're well on your way, my friend.
She already is.
Okay.
People just got to find out.
I'm gonna blush now. Bye.
Hey, Brett, how do you want to be remembered?
I want to be remembered for teaching you something today, Dave.
I'm trying. There it is.
There you go.
There he is.
All right, so Dave, you remember last week on the podcast when I think it was you said that Bush lyrics don't really have any meaning?
Yes, I
Okay.
totally remember that.
You are wrong, and I can prove it. Bush is singing about food, and I have 3 songs. There's 4, but I can't find the 4th one.
This is how he wants to be remembered, is proving you wrong, Dave.
All right, thank you, Brett. Appreciate your opinion or whatever. Ricky,
Come on, you gotta hear him out.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, so check this out. In Everything Zen, the first lyrics are, "There must be something here we can eat."
There's no way.
Right? And then in Swallow,
Maybe find myself a lover. Yes.
and then in
Maybe.
Swallow,
Yeah, maybe fly to Los Angeles, find my asshole brother. Yes.
oh crap, I lost it. Hang on.
Bush is good live, though. On a side note, we went and seen them when they played with Alice in Chains and Breaking Benjamin, and they freaking killed.
Swallowed, again, the first lyrics is "Warm sun, feed me up." And
Are
then,
you eating dinner, babe?
and then in Little Things, they say, "The bigger you give, the bigger you get. We want to deny."
No, I thought you'd be nice because I bought you dinner.
And then they say, "The cupboard is empty. We really need food."
Go pick it up.
We're singing about food.
I wholeheartedly agree that I mean anything about food, I'm down for that.
Food.
Well, by that rationale, Weird Al Yankovic is the greatest artist of all time.
Oh yeah.
Wholeheartedly.
Hey, Ethan,
You don't do anything.
do you have your animal
Amy
mask?
Gallagher.
That's a lie. That's a flat out lie.
Oh me?
Betty and Fumble. Lie. I'm Ruben now.
Oh, no.
Silencio. Okay.
Hey, Ricky, how do you want to be remembered, bro?
Just as like a pair of pants that someone would wear around for a little while.
Oh my goodness. Just like those.
Remembered as the greatest engineer of all time.
That was fucking brilliant, man. Hell yeah.
So Brett's going to be remembered as the Against All Odds drummer that's permanent forever.
My highest goal is Jeff here. He's got like, I mean, if I could be a functioning alcoholic, woo, I'd make a lot of music.
Please don't call that.
Yeah.
11 a.m. Let's go.
Since we got a fantastic panel ahead of us, let me ask you, what would it take to make DFW an amazing scene again?
Here for now.
What?
Yeah. Well, look, I got her on the top of the screen, so I was ready to bring her down on this screen anyway. Yeah, it's bands like this.
I think it's bands supporting bands. I know that we tear each other down, but I don't think we lift each other up enough. I mean, it's hard to make it a following, but sharing each other's stuff and
that's what we're doing. That's the culmination of what we do here. Is just have a good time, really sharing each other's stuff. You know, this is the stuff I've always done all my life.
My opinion on making Dallas and really DFW a great scene again, rent more abandoned venues and throw underground shows. That will bring the scene back.
Contact Elmo Jones Productions.
Elmo Jones or fucking Clint or whoever, like rent out these abandoned warehouses, these abandoned apartment complexes and throw these crazy shows. Bring your own generator, create your own sound. That is the way to bring this scene back to fruition.
I feel like you just gotta get all the kids off their phones. Like you gotta get them excited about the music again. Like I feel like that's what's gonna happen.
Like fan base. You're right, Shade. I feel that.
Well, and they need good music too.
Yeah.
And that's really what it's about.
And great drugs. We need to bring great drugs back into the scene.
That's all you, Dave.
Great again.
That's all you, Dave.
I'm all down for making coffee more prominent and more.
Coffee's the drug of choice.
Yeah, that is my drug of choice.
That is my drug of choice.
You know, you can order seeds for mushrooms that will get you tripping balls for like $40, and just grow them under the crazy lights, and you can have a party, man. You could totally have a party.
Have a party.
Love that spirit. You can have a party.
Party.
We could just get the weed capital of the world, just like right over there.
I mean, you have to be 20. You have to be 21 to buy alcohol, but there's no age limit on shrooms.
21 to buy cigarettes.
Really? They up the age? Damn.
Dave, what's your preferred strain?
I don't even smoke. But.
My preferred strain, it's free and available.
Okay. I prefer not.
I'll just say this. If you are going to take something that will alter your brain, make sure that you are traveling with somebody that has your best interests in heart.
So sober.
We're the 3 best friends that there ever was.
And with that, would you like to hear some music, everyone?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. How about some music for our very special guest this evening, the band Here for Now. This song is called Forward. And sure enough, I didn't have the volume turned up, so give me just a second. Volume is up.
I'm not the bitter type, but I still sleep with one eye open for a moment that won't arrive. I'm not the angry type,
All right.
Can you hear us clapping?
Yeah.
This snaps.
Pretty killer drums, Ethan.
You know, I will say that song, it just gets like I feel like I need to have sticks in my hands. I just need to like get going.
Me too, dude. I was jamming your beats, bro.
I still could use a re-recording of the drum track in my opinion though, but
Me and was like, I need to record those drums.
Mhm.
Okay, of course.
Ethan,
Now,
do you
the-
ever break your drumsticks?
what was that?
Do you ever break your drumsticks?
So other funny story is I didn't ever really play on live sets until I got with this band. So I've been on electric kit actually for most of my drumming career. So no, I have not. I imagine I'll get there at one point.
Brett, how often do you break drumsticks over there?
Quite often. Actually, my audition with Against All Odds, I broke 3 sticks during the audition.
Wow.
It was so great. He's like, I play hard, and I go, okay. I don't really care, but can you play drums? That's all that matters. And he broke 3 drumsticks. I go, mother trucker. And I'm like, what are you doing up there?
Yeah,
and
I beat the
so
shit out of them.
the little stickers,
Cymbals.
you know.
It's from the rim shots on the snare that just
Yeah.
on the sticks.
The rim shots will eat up your stick so quickly.
Yep. What kind of sticks do you use, Ethan?
I believe the brand I have is just I think they're called Pro Marks.
Pro Marks? Yeah, those are really durable.
Yeah, I don't even know because I haven't had to deal with the problem of replacing my sticks, and so I've had the same pair of sticks for like 8 years. So yeah, it'll happen. It'll happen one of these gigs.
Is there a tour on the horizon?
Here for now.
Yeah,
tour.
do we have some here for now news?
Nothing too much. Yeah, I think it's definitely like, I know I want to tour really bad. It's having to make sure everyone's like ready and like financially like able to go on tour and everything. So, but once we get there, I'm ready to go, especially once the summer hits, because I know like, you know, college classes will be over with and stuff. So that'll be exciting. So.
Well, I will just say this. If it's a holiday, don't play. If it's the 4th of July, unless you are playing to the fireworks, it's not going to work out well for you. If you play a New Year's show, unless you're playing with a big band, like, you know, Bowling for Soup or Drowning Pool or whatever, it probably won't draw well. Now, if you go to the cities that are overlooked, like Hyco, Texas, or Manny, Louisiana, or whatever, y'all will be the only thing going on that week, and that will draw amazingly. However, if you play in DFW proper and it's like Memorial Day, the college kids are going to the water. So if you're going to play a holiday, make sure that you are somewhere near where all the people are partying.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We got offered a gig for December 31st, and I was like, man, it was a gig. It was gonna be kind of far away, and I was like, I don't know if I want the whole band driving out all the way on New Year's Eve at midnight. I feel like that'd be a little scary.
Unless, like he said, if it's to the fireworks, take that gig, but otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you're playing in a park that they're shooting off fireworks, absolutely play that show.
That'd be so cool.
That would be a great opportunity. I'm not sure we would have had fireworks there. So
no, I think so. But if we ever do that, man, that would be great. I would love that.
But see, y'all seem like an all ages type of band, so y'all would probably get those gigs and probably do well. So definitely, weigh out your options, of course.
Yeah, well, just keep booking shows. Have y'all talked to any other venues in Fort Worth, like Big Rob's and Haltom Theater?
Yeah, we have our next gig is December 2nd at Haltom Theater. So after this one, this week. So
Okay. All right.
we have another one.
Hey, we're gonna play there 3 days later.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, nice.
Oh, with lasting effect, y'all actually are going through with it.
We gotta convince our.
Yeah. Okay. Until then, get back to
Okay,
me.
now it's safe to show lasting effect.
Burn it down.
Playing Haltom Theater.
Just kidding,
Or maybe not. Maybe it's more like this other gig. Let me find it here.
December 15th.
Yeah, maybe
there we
it's
go.
this.
Yeah. I'm kidding. Support Brett wherever he goes. He's
of course, of
He-
course. And when you're up here, thanks for being on again. It's always cool having you.
Of course.
Same with y'all.
Let me make sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And just remember that Oswald did not act alone.
Oh my God, Dan. Let's circle back to JFK today.
The odds are definitely, worth
here in Dallas, and it's
researching.
Dallas's fault. Sorry, guys. I'm kidding. Sorry. Moving on. Do you have any shows this weekend, or is everybody pretty much booked for Thanksgiving?
There are a couple of shows. So there's this kick-ass show to promote here. We'll have another week to promote it. But speaking of trees and Chris being so cool on our show tonight, Dave, she may have been my favorite guest.
I love Chris so much. She is such a wonderful person.
No disrespect to our other wonderful guests, but my goodness, that was awesome. And it took me by surprise. So thank you for the surprise. It was wonderful. It's kind of breathtaking for a moment.
So
I'm full of surprises.
as we introduce these next shows at the Trees in the Haltom, I would like to play Guess That Band's Name with Brittany here, because she just said that she can't read them on the Haltom. But
Welcome. Hey, Dave Jarvis, you think you can make us a jingle?
Any of that.
So let's play the game. What do you say, Shade? Can you guess the names of any of these bands?
December 2nd, this show. Let's do this one first, and we'll circle back to Trees.
Yeah.
You know.
Guess the
Tyrannical Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's them.
Can you read it?
This is why we love playing this game. It's great.
Yes. Bloody Seaman will be playing the show.
Ooh.
What is that?
Wow.
Is it corpse? Owls?
Anybody else
Vermin
want
noise?
to take a guess?
Batman.
I was just gonna say Batman.
Batman.
Oh,
So the
that's
bottom
it.
right one looks like.
The best
Tyrannical
is yet to
Deception
come.
and Batman.
Buzzing.
And Bloody Puss. What was it? Okay.
Tyrannical Deception is the first one.
I don't know what
Says Tyrannical
the
Deception.
order is, but that's the first band, yeah, on the left.
Those are our people, though.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
That says Charcoal Decepticon.
We interviewed Tyrannical Deception a few months ago, and you can see that interview here on Outlaw Video TV.
Either way, Haltom Theater is hosting a show December 2nd with all these amazing metal bands. You should go out and check them
Texas Death
out
Metal,
and play their
motherfucker.
music. They're gonna be dope.
And
Follow
then
them.
remember this show over here with Hollywood. I don't know what she's going by now, but her name
Probably
with
something like that.
LSD was Hollywood. But she's in this band, Dead Groove.
Holly from LSD.
Mm-hmm. Yep, she's
I
playing
didn't
in
know
this.
she was in another band.
Yep.
Oh, very cool. I knew Lou was in 2 bands, but
No, wait. She used to be in LSD. She's not anymore.
Okay.
Old LSD, different. It's the same guitar player. It's a different formation of LSD. Talked about it for a minute last week. Nikki McKibben was the singer for the original singer for that lineup.
Oh wow, did not know that.
Yeah, it's a completely different lineup now. But
Alright.
Holly Wood played bass, and so she was really, she was good to the Dallas scene there for a little bit. And she went out to California, LA, and found a band, and they've been playing around, and they're on tour, and they're coming back here to play Texas.
So, is it Dead Groove? Huh?
Yeah,
Groove?
Dead Groove.
So is she a part of Dead Groove?
She plays bass, probably sings some backup.
Very cool. Okay, so this one's at Freeze. We just had Chris on tonight. So Dead Groove, Low Side, and Bull by the Horn, November 26th. That's this weekend. All right.
cool.
Oh my God, Whiskey Dick. I love this name. Whiskey Dick.
Is that tonight?
Yes, that is tonight. It's probably going on right now as we're speaking. So if you are in the neighborhood of Arlington, Texas, please go out and watch Whiskey Dick. They are playing right now.
Finish your whiskey with whiskey.
Gentlemen, finish your whiskey. Did y'all see the live show? The cast?
I saw as much of it as I could watch as it was live. I watched more of it later.
So I thought somebody took my shot off of the speaker. It actually just kind of vibrated off the speaker onto the ground. It was funny. Okay. Black Friday Madness.
Well, it sounded good since we brought it up. It sounded really good. Thank you for broadcasting it live. And I'm really excited for your band, Ariel. I hope y'all, start kicking some ass and getting the attention that you deserve. And more than that, just that people get to enjoy your music.
Brett, high five. Yeah. Yeah. High five, everybody. Okay. Back to the Black Friday Madness this November 24th. We're going to have Edge of Insanity. They're actually a really good band. Played with them. Forsaken Silence. Raid.
Against the Machine.
No, it's not Raid Against the Machine.
I can't read them.
Don't listen to Jeff. And Lacerated Within. So,
It's that Big Rob's.
yeah. Oh gosh. What is his name? Armando plays with Lacerated Within, and they just got a new vocalist.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
About that.
Fucking glasses to read this shit.
Breaking news, everyone. New vocalist Lacerated.
Our last show, we had a long
Here's my
conversation
name.
with Armana.
Should I show this? This is almost bucket. I was doing a graphic that had Ariel's name in it, and
I love this. I'm just like, hey, everybody, I'm performing specifically by myself on this show. December 22nd.
Yes, that
Call
death
me
metal
at
band name.
Xmas with
brains
friends. My friends aren't fucking invited.
With Chemicost, Electric Vengeance. They're going to be so happy to have you, Ariel.
It's going to be a great show. Everybody come out to it. Support, buy all the merch. It's going to be dope. Send them up.
12/22. So we'll show it again, the next couple of weeks without Ariel on it.
Myself. Yeah. Hey,
Interesting that Ariel is the only name that we can manage to decipher. Very good.
Hey,
That is so true.
can you leave it like that for all of our other ones? Because it's going to make me very happy.
Well, I think we should, if we could, in my real dream world, we'd have a little, thing.
Fun fact, I can never spell my name right, so I love that you have my name spelled correctly.
I'm used to it now. I mean, I might have misspelled it a couple of times, but names are important to me, the spelling and pronouncement.
I misspell my name.
It's really funny because I suck at English, but some things are like the important things are what are important to me. All right, this show right here, Benjamin Napier, I would love to hear from him someday if he would care to contact the show.
Phillips.
But that's his band.
Very cool.
Are they a ska band?
Pretty kinda.
Kind of, yeah.
They have it in them, that's for sure. But I know this guy because I'd seen his band. I saw him perform. I was all over Fort Worth for years, guys. I've lived multiple lives in the music world. I used to hang out and play gigs with a band with a guy named Tim Platt, and the band was called All That Is Beautiful. So anyway, this guy, Benjamin, he hired me to paint his comic book store over in Mansfield, Superhero Yellow. Color that flyer right there.
Aw.
Yeah. So I've been inviting him on to like show us around his comic book store and, you know, promote his shows. What do y'all think? Y'all think that'd be a worthwhile idea?
Oh, absolutely.
Would be cool, right? To have him like showing us around the comic book store, show us what the latest, greatest. Dave, do you do comics? Dave Jarvis.
You go. Too much wine. Can't handle it.
He's blacked out. All right. So anyway, Sally Majestic at Tulips.
Here for now, still here. For now.
Yeah,
I got you. I'm so sorry, guys. I
that
love you.
joke comes up so many times. It's not even.
Against all the
There's this
odds.
show here coming up. Everybody's got to go
Thankful
ahead and put
Fest.
this on your schedule.
After your long day of shopping on Black Friday.
Technically, it opens at 5, so it should be during.
It doesn't matter. Come check
Be
out
blacker.
these bands for Thankful Fest. And you better be thankful that these bands are around because they put out some fantastic music, and you should give them a listen.
And there's nothing more thankful than black music on black days. All right. There's a couple of good tree shows right there.
Emery, The Almost, Bad Luck. Man, I love those things. Full band, full album playthrough. Okay. Getting loud, making some noise. December 2023. And then we have December 7th, which is in a week or two. We have Possessed, The Black Mariah.
Yeah.
Is that Chemicost again?
Chemicost. Mm-hmm.
Oh, dope.
You got it. Dope.
That's all right. That's a great flyer.
It's a good flyer, but
I like that.
can't really see too
So
much.
yeah, we agreed last week that Emery show is going to be dope, and then the Almost. I haven't listened to the record this week yet. I thought I was going to, but I actually know that record. It's a very good record, and it'd be a great show for me.
Friendsgiving at Lee Harvey's.
Let's go.
Electric Fest 2023.
Death metal at the Haltom Theater.
December 1st. We're going
What
to
is this
have.
show?
Corn and Apex Fallen.
That's not corn.
That's
I'm
not
pretty sure
corn.
that's Kadu or
Kadu.
something. Apex Fallen. Is it Kadu? Is that how you say it?
I don't know.
Kadu, aphasic, and a font that I can't pronounce, but I'm sure it's going to be a great show at Haltom City Theater. Haltom is a really great venue, so all these bands that are going out, bring us
Well, Haltom is just in a good position for a venue. It's an
Yeah.
older building. I think they may have bought the building. You know, Chad's put a ton of work into that building. When I've contacted him about being on the show, he's like, brother, I would so be there, but like I am just building that, like I'm putting everything into this venue.
Yeah.
And they were, you know, and hopefully they'll, they'll be rewarded.
I hope so. We played there once. We don't have a big following out there yet. We have some friends and family that live out there that have come out, but it's a nice stage, nice.
Everything
open
about
area.
it's kick ass. It's just in the middle of nowhere, kind of. That's the only real issue.
Yeah, it really is nowhere.
Says the person that was driving from Maybank.
Not the easiest venue to get to, especially if you're coming from Dallas.
No, the not easy one is Rio's.
But here's the thing, everyone, is that the Rail Club is closed. You know, there's Ridgely over there. There's Ridgely Room.
Okay, rid of it.
There's Growl Records in Arlington. And now it's this and Rob's. This is where we're at. We're down to this and Rob's and the Growl.
Well, let's get loud for the only venues over there. What do you have to say?
Real quick, I'd like to say, who the hell is making these? I don't know, little poster things.
Flyers.
Who do you think's making them?
This shit? Nobody can read any of them.
Oh yeah, those.
That's
Yeah.
logos. So those are
That's-
the specific bands.
So the band doesn't know that they should make their logo so you can read it.
But that's metal. Metal, like that's
Metal means
No,
There's
it's hey Jeff, we talked about this before. It's kind of like a punk rock attitude, like they're kind of saying "fuck you" on purpose.
They're giving me sensory imaging issues.
I agree, and they're doing it on purpose. That's what they're doing. It's just a stupid attitude that they have to piss off their parents.
Okay, well they're pissing me off.
That's
Because
my
I want to know
point.
who the hell they are, and I can't tell.
You can
You
go
sound
slap
so
them
old,
around.
Jeff.
You can go slap them around December 2nd.
we can
Look
go
at us. These two in the middle can't be real things.
so
That's
I'm
a
sorry.
freaking.
Tell them we need better graphics.
I'm sorry.
The little blotch shit that you tell. That's a butterfly. That's also a butterfly. What is that?
Does it have deer and antlers in it? Like,
I'm sorry.
The graphics so bad, I have to put the list of the bands out to the side so we can read
If
it.
you think this is bad, wait till you hear him judge our music or lyrics. This is not that bad. Okay.
Well, Gutricide's on there.
We have Chemicals again. Is Chemicals, are they actually headlining this show? December
Looks like
2nd?
it. Looks like it. Yep.
Oh,
It's
dope.
a Texas death metal show.
Perfect. So we have Chemicals, Empty Shell, Scrap Pile, Asanax, Gutricide, Proclealia, Cesspool of Corruption, Asphyxiation, Infecta, December 2nd at Halton Theater.
All right. And then this.
Halton Metal Fest. This one's going to come January 19th, so we'll probably be advertising this a little bit more frequently. And then this one has passed. I really need to talk to Renee to see how their show went with Trapped. If Renee's still in the Trapped or in the set or here in the chats.
He said that the show went kick ass and that he would be on here tonight to talk about it, but he's out of town.
Oh,
So
okay.
he should be with us next week to talk about the show at Growl in 2 weeks.
Okay. I'll bring Brittany back because she's got hot sports opinions too.
Excellent.
Lindsay Kate Band live at Lola's in Fort Worth, Saturday, November 25th. Red River Rock and Roll, December 16th. Ooh, Stonehaven. They just played at Whiskey A Go Go, right?
Yeah.
We'll have local.
We got to have them back on.
Tin Pool. Die Unnamed. Very cool. All great.
And then
bands.
also the venue is important.
The Red Rock Salon. Their saloon.
Saloon in
It's
Denison,
covered up by
Texas.
my mutant camera. There we go. Red Rock Saloon.
Well, all you really have to do is go over to the just thought of something to do that. All you really have to do is go over to the Stonehaven Facebook page and find this flyer and download it. But that's where you can find this Red Rock Saloon in Denison, Texas. If heavy bands are looking for a venue to play to add to your, list of venues that you play. Speaking of new venues.
Oh, Very Twisted Christmas, December 14th with Edge of Insanity, Bang, and From Then On. From Then On has a new female vocalist.
Mm-hmm.
So this should be very interesting to check out. So everyone go check them out. They're going to be at the Granada, which this is the show that I'm very surprised has a show at Granada because they don't normally do local artists. So this is going to be great.
All right, so that's it. With that, I want to thank you everybody for being here tonight. Would y'all like to hear some music? Because I got shit to do tomorrow and I'm going to have to get out of here.
Blah.
We get it.
Oh, did y'all see this? This is pretty badass. Y'all know who that is? We could do music trivia here.
Beatles.
Jeff, you're wrong.
You're wrong.
Music trivia with Rick and Dave.
All right.
Benny Cole on the left.
You nailed it. You know who said that?
Me.
Me?
Who's me?
I'm going to take it off the screen.
The only motherfucker that matters. No. Is that Dimebag on the right?
Yeah, man, I'm going to put it back up there for us. That's Dime right there. How old do you think he is?
16.
Somewhere in there, right?
14.
They're young kids. So this image came from a Gibson. If you go to YouTube, it's on the Gibson Guitar YouTube channel. And it's a new series of interviews they're doing called Metal and Monsters. This interview featured Rex Brown of Pantera and Ty Tabor of King's X. It's a really cool deal. But when they introduced the Abbott brothers, this was the picture that they showed. And it just made my heart, melt, because I love these guys so much. And this magazine is just one testament of how close we were. Is that the Cutthroat Press? That was mine and Jerry's first magazine. He was actually one that funded it, so he's the publisher. But most of the articles are mine, and the pictures on the cover right there, that's Ronnie James Dio. So that's why I wanted to share it.
Aww, throwback.
That's how long I've been doing this. I was maybe 16 or 17 when that magazine came out. I'm 1 year older than Dime, so he was literally 16, 15 maybe.
God, like we have social media now, but I can't imagine as a band back then just trying to push in papers, magazines, and press, and it's a lot.
Yep. Well, it was just a completely different world back then, and you did what you could. And that's one of the things that we did. We were inspired by Brian Slagle of Metal Blade Records before he started that label and discovered Metallica and all those bands. He had a magazine like that one called The New Heavy Metal Review. So just what you had to do back then. You couldn't hop on the social medias and share your stuff.
Yeah. Either way, it's a grind, but social media makes it a little bit easier to get our music out there and stream on everything. So hear a band, record, push, whatever. Do whatever you can.
Well, that's what we do here every Wednesday night. So I want to thank each and every one of you. Shade, thank you for being here. Dave Jarvis, thank you for being here.
Nah.
He's alive.
Johnny TV.
He woke up from the wine coma.
Ethan, thank you for being here. Brett, thank you for being
Don't
here.
judge me.
Ariel, Britt, Jeff, thank you. How about everybody get a little younger again with Here For Now and go check them out in Denton.
Most definitely. Hey, thank you, Chris Beasley Schrag, for joining us. And thank you, Logan Ragsdale, for bringing that old school perspective. And everybody, happy Thanksgiving, happy Blackout Wednesday, and penis be with you. Large, placid penis be with you.
Outside my windows, I'm full of doubt, feeling the weight of freedom letting me down. Hear the change around me, my bones cry out, taking a chance and trusting here and now. Is this how it was when I was younger, before the world all changed? And if I fall, if I falter, will you stay the same? To society's damaged boys and girls who run the world, and where our parents' great shame. But who's to blame? Repetitive like a memory, So break me down. Rinse, repeat in the street. We're all washed out. Can't afford this therapy we all need now. Conflict lies in maybe till the words are found. And they say, is this how it was when I was younger? Before the world all changed. And if I fall or if I falter, will you stay the same? With society's damaged boys and girls who run the world, and where our parents play the shame. But who's to blame? And who's to blame? Keep us for the profit, then throw us all away. I'm not your Polly Pocket, and I just wanna say, is this how it was when I was younger? Before the world all changed. And if I fall or if I falter, will you stay the same? With society's damaged boys and girls who run the world, and where our parents play the shame. But who's to blame? Is this how it was when I was younger? For the world all changed. And if I fall or if I falter, will you stay the same? The society's damaged boys and girls who run the world, and where our parents play the shame. But who's to blame?
All right. Here for now. Thank you all so much for being here.
Round two.
There we go.
Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, thanks for being here. And that's my way of saying thank you, is by playing your music for everyone to share.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you. Quite
Well,
glad to be here.
I'm pretty sure that's what we all do, and that's what I was going to do anyway. So thank you, everybody, and join us again. We do this every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Blow your brains out. This is Ariel's band, Against All Odds, and Brett. The song is called Home.
It's not me, Germany, though.
Drifting to sleep and just fade away. No one will know where you will go, your safest space. 'Cause hiding behind your cute little smile, the darkness it grows with each passing hour. Can't turn back the dial. I'm feeling so cold, not to the touch, falling so fast. Please don't you dare hold the grudge. 'Cause this fake little smile, it's getting too much for me to control. Oh, I've lost all
Penis.
Winner.
Hope everybody enjoyed the show.
Hi, Dave. Hi, Rick.
Hello.
Everybody gone.
Hey.
Everybody's gone but us, and I love you guys.
Yeah.
Love you. And hey, since it's November 22nd, that means that it's less than a month away from the new existential release, Escape from the Dream System, available on all streaming sites. December 21st. Please go check it out. Play it. It's a wonderful soundtrack to playing dominoes or driving through the streets at night.
Well, I'll pull up some X610 Chill and then show it on the screen while the music is playing.
I'm proud. I can't wait, Dave. 1 month. Let's go.
Thank you. This is the first time that I, as a solo artist, have released 2 albums in 1 year. I hope that y'all check out Noir Oniric that came out in June, and check out Escape from the Dream System coming out on December 21st. And then I got another album coming out in March called Free Rider. I'm blowing the fuck out of fucking YouTube. Just listen to my music while you're driving around or playing dominoes or smoking weed or looking at the stars.
Absolutely. I'm so excited. Way to kill it, Dave.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Also, check out my song Absentia on the new Pablo 2 release by Eric Tyler.
Can you send that to me?
It's a movie short. I can play.
If you need a soundtrack, please contact me because I am more than happy to bring a soundtrack to whatever project that you are working on currently.
I love you guys. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, Ariel.
I will see you
Love
next
you, and
Wednesday.
please be safe, all right?
You be safe.
Yeah, man, it'd be a privilege to watch this with you, brother.
Oh, shoot.
Oh yeah, MC's here. Awesome. Hello.
What are you drawing?
I'm just drawing me and my babysitter.
Huh.
No, I want to play hide and seek. You count. I'll hide.
5.
Recap.
6. Pablo, we're not playing outside. Hey, man. Pablo! Ah! Oh shit, Pablo! Pablo!
Pablo! You know what? Clean this up. Oh.
Good.
Is that your music there? The rest of that was a recap. This is where the official Pablo 2 starts.
We should be done babysitting. Are you sure this is the right house?
Dude, I don't care. I just know I'm ready to leave.
Oh, what are we doing? I feel like I should be fist pumping and drinking
Answer
Jaeger bombs by
your
now.
fucking
Yes.
phone,
Do you know how
dude.
many hoes are gonna be at this party?
I know you're gonna be there.
Funny.
Oh, someone needs to go get him.
Someone is not me. I'm driving.
I'm in the middle.
Come on,
Oh,
guys.
fuck it. You know what? I gotta take shit anyway. I got this.
Man, you're always full of shit. Hurry up.
Yes, IBS.
Wipe this time. Jeez. I need a drink.
Same.
You want to
like,
take 3 shots when
bring
we get there?
Yes. Let's do that.
Man, this girl's texting me. She is so fun. I'm gonna get you. I can't wait to get to this party. Oh, God. What the fuck is this? Hi, my name is Pablo. Who are you? I bet you look like this. Pedro's got jokes. But you really look like this. What the fuck? What is this?
Where is he? It doesn't take that long to take a shit.
No lie. I'm ready to go.
Do you want to play Operation?
Should we go in there?
Let's see what the magic 8 Ball has to say. Yes. Okay, let's go.
Hey, there's more of you.
Hey, we're looking for our friends. One of them was babysitting, and the other one
taking a shit.
Taking a shit. Yeah. Oh yeah. Hi.
Yeah.
It's fine. Make
Come
it
on.
fast. Let's get them and go.
what are you guys up to tonight?
We're actually headed to a house party. Yeah.
Oh.
You know where our friends are?
It's just Pablo. They probably ran into him. He's kind of a talker.
Yeah, the house is real lovely, but I think we're gonna wait.
No.
Yeah,
Oh, hey. Hello.
Hi. Is it your Halloween costume?
Yeah, corn syrup.
Kill that bitch! Oh my god, I didn't know I married a pussy!
Ooh, spooky music.
What are you doing? We gotta go.
It's eerily spooky, beautiful music.
Damn it, you can't do anything right! No!
Ouch.
Let's go, Paco.
My name is fucking Paulo.
Fucking Pablo, everyone. So that music there that you were hearing was probably some Dave Jarvis music. This dude's a fucking genius. I'd love to play his music for you all night long. But some of his best right here. This is his band DANK. And if you want to help me in any way at all whatsoever, just go buy Dave Jarvis's music. Go buy Ariel's music. Go to their shows and have a good time. I don't even think of what we're doing as like supporting music, as I accept that's what it is, as much as I'm just enjoying the process together with everyone. So thank you for being here. We'll see you every week, every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Blow your brains out with Rick E. Warden. That's me, Dave Jarvis, and Ariel. I'm so happy to say that. Good night, everyone.
All my drinking buddies are in jail. And I'm too drunk to drive to go pay their bail. But you know, if I really gotta go, I ain't got near enough dough. And so now all my drinking buddies are still in jail. Well, I was going good, drinking at the bar when my buddy ran into the back of a cop car. I found it kind of funny, man. If I 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's getting sad, hear you brag about a grown-ass man. Bro, you ain't running shit with your jaw. I'm just saying, how you the king of this jungle that we playing? And then go begging for your mama for that rent you latin'. And stop playing, cause that purple gets you hurt. Flashing that money from your folks around them dudes that have to work. I know your parents rich and that's cool, congratulations. But don't ever trip thinking you know our situations. And it's a shame you think we're the same, and it's disgracing my name with this motherfucking lame. Okay, then just keep your mouth shut and stop faking, cause you ain't that grown ass man like them claims you was making.
If you a grown ass man, put your panties in the air. If you a grown ass man, what you put in your hair? If you a grown ass man, why you whine all the time? If you a grown ass man, how come your girlfriend's mine? If you a grown ass man, put your panties in the air. If you a grown ass man, what you put in your hair? If you a grown ass man, why you whine all the time? If you a grown ass man, how come your girlfriend's mine? I'm a grown ass man, but let me get $1. You done with that beer, but well, let me get a swallow. I'm still looking for a job while I'm living with my father. He won't get off my ass about loading the dishwasher. I got 7 baby mamas from Texas to the Bahamas. I don't know half their names, I smoke too much marijuana. I can't afford no food for my stupid pet iguana. I could get out of bed before noon, but I don't wanna. I'm a grown ass man wearing Velcro shoes. If an alarm's going off, bitch, you know I'm hitting snooze. My meth marked face is covered in tattoos. Why ain't the grocery store calling me for my interview? If you a grown ass man, put your panties in the air. If you a grown ass man, what you put in your hair? If you a grown ass man, why you whine all the time? If you a grown ass man, how come your girlfriend's mine? If you a grown ass man, put your panties in the air. If you a grown ass man, what you put in your hair? If you a grown ass man, why you whine all the time? If you a grown ass man, how come your girlfriend's mine?
If you a grown ass man, you stand up on your own. If you a grown ass man, you work your hands to the bone. If you a grown ass man, you can't go running home. Ain't got no backup, no phone in the chrome. Just get it on. I built my rep from the ground up. So when I look you in the eye, you look away because you front. You trying to play like you know the struggle, but you don't, and we know you fake thuggin'. It's no love when your bitch come to my door. How you a grown ass man and a servant to this hoe? You killed your friendships over that bitch, you fucking the moron. Moron, what's a moron, cousin?
If you a grown ass man, put your panties in the air. If you a grown ass man, what you put in your hair? If you a grown ass man, why you whine all the time? If you a grown ass man, how come your girlfriend's mine? If you a grown ass man, put your panties in the air. If you a grown ass man, what you put in your hair? If you a grown ass man, why you whine all the time? If you a grown ass man, how come your girlfriend's mine?
Thank you, brother, for everything